That is me. Wait a second. There it is. Let's get into it.
Whoop whoop.
Is
I'm
that
telling you,
me? That
There we
doodle comes in
go.
handy. It comes in handy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Seeing you guys there. Thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it. Let's jump right into this whole thing. Now, we got some stuff to talk about. Okay. First off, guys, why are you making Candace say Philadelphia? Why are you guys doing that? Who's doing that? Well, what's going on? What was it? Cohen Films? You're making Candace say Philadelphia? And she didn't question it. I'm going to show you guys that. But also, Candace showed us that there is this crazy text message that Charlie received. Okay. And it is wildly threatening, in my opinion. I don't know. Sounds like it. I mean, for someone to say at your own peril, like they're a Game of Thrones character to somebody in 2025 is wild. I'm positive. You know what? Allegedly, maybe, perhaps, I know who it is. I mean, it just makes perfect sense. I have a clip of the person pretty much saying the same thing about Charlie. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys that. Definitely have to show you guys where Candace says Philadelphia, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff too. Let me just jump over here. I want to make sure I can see the chat here, but I know that's gonna go away. I want to be able to see this chat. Where we at, guys? Show me. There we are. Let's get into this. I want to be able to see you guys. Perfect. All right. What is going on? Perfect. Yes, hit the like button. Exactly. You know what? I always forget to say it. Thank you for reminding me. Hit the like button. Let's just jump right in here. Let's jump into what's most important, guys. Okay? This is really what's most important, especially to me. Like this right here. I don't know who did it. Actually, I do know who did it. Rip City? Is it Rip City that did this? I have no idea why this makes me laugh so hard to look at Tyler's face. It's because of the smile, how happy he is in his face, and then holding these mints that say fraudulent mints, brought to you by Philadelphia Mints. When you want to cover up your breath, there's no better mints than fraudulents. Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for the memes, guys. You have no idea. I love the memes. Here's another one. Somebody's talking about Mint Daddy. This is Lisa. Lisa couldn't pronounce your last name if you paid me money. Lavaqui? Lavaqui. You know what? We're getting into weird territory. I'm going to just call you Lise. It's not even Lisa. What's your name? Lise? Lisey? Listen. Just thank you. How about that? I'm just going to call you thank you. Who's your favorite Mint Daddy? Now you have people to choose from, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you have Dan Flood here. You have Rob McCoy. You have Mikey McCoy with the beautiful red mint, of course. You have the original Brian Harpole, and you have the limited edition George Zinn flavor. Okay, there you go. You guys know me. I'm 100% going with the majestic Mikey McCoy every single time. Somebody said I'm one of the Mint Daddies. Maybe we have to make a shirt, Mint Daddy shirt. I think that might become a thing. I have no idea. Lisi just decided to make this a thing. Who's your favorite Mint Daddy? Let's jump into it. What else we got here? Oh man, and then this one. Because this is a war cry. I even said it to the person that posted this. This is a war cry. Doodle 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 loop. Whoop whoop. That is just beautiful. Absolutely. There's gonna be more meme breaks as we go on, guys. Okay, I just wanted to get to the real important things. I know somebody sent Charlie the most crazy text message. Could you imagine when Charlie was saying, hey, I'm getting sent messages, when he said that to Megyn Kelly, I didn't even imagine those were the messages. Crazy. Biblical, and you better be careful. How I don't even understand how someone gets away with that. How do you get away with that? How? You know why? You know why she got away with it? Because it was Charlie. And Charlie thought, I'm going to show these people, what I'm about. I'm going to show them what I'm trying to do. I'm going to have the civil discourse. That's why. If you had sent that to Candace, oh my gosh. Candace would have been like, so guys, somebody just threatened to kill me. It would just be right beside her on the screen here. And this is the person who did it. You think you can threaten me? You might as well try and threaten the sun. That's what you would have saw. 100%. Because it was Charlie, he didn't want to go that route. He should have. I really wish that he did. Honestly, I wish that he was more outspoken about the people that were doing this. He only got outspoken about it a month before he passed. Anyways, guys, and we're going to touch on that like right now-ish, but Candace didn't even skip a beat. That's what I was going to say. Someone just said that in the chat. 100%. She didn't. We were like, oh, is she going to stop? Oh, is this because she talked about Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively? Like, what was that all about? And then she comes back. I have videos. I have a video here. I have a text message here. Didn't slow down at all. That lawyer must have been like, go ahead and get him, kid. She was like, yep, say no more. Just threw her phone in the air. Let's go, guys. The lawyer was like, we're going to be fine. All right. Anyways. Man, but let's get into Candace saying Philadelphia, because this is just wild, man. And shout out to Candace saying it so seamlessly. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the big times.
Be an organization that is dedicated to faith, then maybe treat your employees better than that. I don't know. I think that's a fair ask from the public. Cohen Film writes, there needs to be a TPUSA alternative that is America First and not Philadelphia First to reach young Americans. Young people avoid TPUSA. I think that will be the natural occurrence is when something will rise to take its place, when something becomes stale or dishonest or corporate, which, by the way, like I said, was exactly what Charlie set out to disrupt. He wanted to become the new RNC. He felt that people just gave the RNC millions, and yet they had no impact on the youth generation. He wanted to change that, and he did change that. And now it seems like in the wake of his assassination, it's becoming the new RNC, but with a faith bent. Is that fair? I think that's fair. I think my opinion's very fair. Yeah.
You know what's wild about this? She said it very seamlessly, and she spoke about it like she knew about it. That was the weird thing about that. Because if you don't know, there's still people in the chats that don't know. They're like, what's Mints? What is Mints code for? What's Philadelphia? Excuse me. He was talking about Mortal Kombat. Is there a game night? Is there a game night, guys? There's still people that don't know what's going on. So for her to read Philadelphia First and just start answering like she knew exactly what it meant, that was kind of cool. Maybe she's seen the show. Maybe she's seen the clips. But don't make Candace say Philadelphia. Come on. I thought that was crazy. My buddy who's my researcher, he sent it to me, and I thought he made it with AI because people are always making all these different videos. I was like, bro, why are you doing that? He's like, this is real. He's like, this is real life. I was like, oh man, it's crazy. So shout out Cohen Film. I don't know where you're at, Cohen Film. If you're in here, let me know. We gotta link up. We got to get an address, and we got to send you some merch, because that was just absolutely amazing. Ian Carroll's putting people onto me. I know. I've never met the guy. We've exchanged maybe 4 text messages, and he just does it. He's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Love that guy. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Really weird to be watching somebody, and then all of a sudden you have their number, and they're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, He was like, you want to talk YouTube? I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess. How do we do that? How do we talk YouTube? I'll do it, I guess. Let's just get into, and that was really cool. Honestly, really cool. Whoever did that, Cohen Films, if you're in here, hit me up on Instagram, on X, on wherever you are. hit me up, and I will make sure. I want to get something out to you because that was really, really cool. Really, really cool. So this whole text message that was received is pretty nuts, honestly. I don't know how something like this could happen and nobody says anything about it. I really don't get it, right? It's really, really interesting. Here, if you don't know, because some people, maybe you didn't watch what Candace had to say yesterday, you missed it. I don't know. Love her, Candace Owens. There you go. Beautiful. Just blocking somebody real quick. I don't have a mod. I forgot. There's people who reached out to mod, and I was like, oh yeah. I procrastinate so hard. You have no idea. You have no idea. You think you procrastinate. I procrastinate so hard. That's why I went to bed today at 4:20 a.m. and then I woke up at 8. It's just, oh man. Procrastination. It just feels so good. Let me read this text message. This is a long text message too. Can you imagine Charlie wakes up to this? Like, how much money could this woman have given him? Because this is a message that you send if you've given someone $10 million. That's the type of message it is. But I'm pretty sure I know who this is, and she doesn't seem like she has access to $10 million unless someone, maybe from the Philadelphia region, is helping her out with that, and then she helps out Turning Point with that. Now, I'm not saying that's what happens, but I am saying in the donation world, in the donor world, that could easily happen. That way the money's not coming from said place. It's coming from a person, but that person is loyal to said place. Just saying. That is a possibility. All the people that trusted you, Philadelphians and Christians, including me, why would you platform anti-Philadelphian people like Tucker and Candace? There are many evangelical Christian Philadelphians that who would never give these people the opportunity to spew their hatred. I'm one of them. You say people are accusing you of being, oh, wow, this is such a revealing message. Such a revealing message. You say people are accusing you of being anti-Philadelphia because you disagree with the Philadelphia government. I love the coded language. I love it. What is it exactly that you disagree with? I guess there's many things, There's a few things you can disagree with. You threatened Philadelphians and Christians with your 30 million followers. Are you kidding? Be very careful, Charlie. You are in violation of the 9th commandment by bearing false witness against your brother, Judah. When was the last time you read your Bible, Charlie? You would think it would end there. That's enough. Be careful, Charlie. Like, it's so wild that whoever this, well, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but the fact that you think you can just say this to this person. And let me tell you something. This person has a show, apparently, maybe, allegedly, perhaps, allegedly, perhaps, maybe, I don't know, has a show called, what's the show called? It's called Focus on Philadelphia. An American, by the way. It's an American lady. Odd. That's what the show is. Every week. That's the ongoing show. I'm sure she gets paid from other sources. It's not like Philadelphia pays her for sure. Last time you read your Bible, Charlie, I'm coming to you as a believer. Genesis 12:3. Obadiah. Oh, she even mentions this. Oh, it has to be her. She even mentions this. Genesis 12:3, Obadiah, and many other prophets warn that those who curse Philadelphia will be cursed. Your Turning Point Tampa event was a disaster. Michelle Bachmann was booed. Oh, this is for sure the person. Just keep this in mind. She's talking about someone being booed off stage. And 10% of the people walked out as she talked about standing with Philadelphia. You brag about how you convinced all these young people to vote for the now prez, but you convince them to stand. You can't convince them to stand with your Philadelphia brethren. This is not a joke, Charlie. I'm coming to you as a sister in faith. You have accomplished so much by the hand of the Almighty, but he is going to lift his hand from you. It's wild who this lady actually thinks the Almighty is, because it's clearly not God. She's clearly not thinking of God when she's talking about an Almighty. Clearly not. She's thinking of a place in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, or Philadelphia. There's no other places I can think of. Can you think of any places? You have accomplished so much by the hand of Almighty. He's going to lift his hand from you. Don't fall for Candace and Tucker and the rest. The Philadelphian people are under attack. God warns you in the last days. Again, the message is not done. How much of a message is this? This is crazy. And it just keeps going. So, anyway, let's jump into who this person is. Now, this is who I think this is, okay? And now listen to everything that I just read to you. I'm just going to go over here. This person is Lori Cardoza Moore, an American activist, filmmaker, film producer, and evangelical leader. Evangelical leader. Born February 20th, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. Best known as the founder and president of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations, a proud Christian Philadelphian organization described as being anti blah 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 blah. Let me just keep going here. She is the host she's a host of a television program called Focus on Philadelphia. Has produced several documentaries, including Lest We Forget, The Forgotten People, Boycott This. Like, it's just, the focus is so weird. You'd think, as a lady from Florida, born in Florida, who is Christian, like, the fact that she's only focusing on this one thing is very telling. She unsuccessfully ran in 2022 for the Republican primary in Tennessee, for Tennessee's House of Representatives District 63. In November 2025, she resigned from the listen to this, the Heritage Foundation that Tucker Carlson is very supported by. She resigned from that, okay? She was on their national task force to combat anti-Philadelphia, Philadelphiaism, citing that its continued association with Tucker Carlson was the reason that she was leaving. They were just they just said, well, we kind of like Tucker. And she was like, bye, I'm leaving. This is nuts. Listen to what this lady has to say. Listen to her as she talks. I have another clip of her as well. Listen to this clip first. Listen to this.
Tucker Carlson. He called me. Charlie Kirk finally responded after 4 months to my question about his view of isolationism and how it is fueling anti-Semitism. And in Charlie's final response to me, he basically threatened me because I called him out and said he was violating the 9th commandment. And you all know the 9th commandment? It's bearing false witness against your brother. There's a term used in Judaism called lashon hara, and that is false speech. And whether it comes out of Charlie's mouth or whether he allows another mouth, he gives a platform to another mouth or two who state lies and disinformation, then he is collaborating with the enemy. He is just as guilty. And God warns us in the book of Obadiah, in the last days, he's going to wipe out the descendants of Edom because they stood by while their brother Jacob, Israel, was held in captivity and they did nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie can't sit there, neither can Tucker or Candace or Megan, and say, oh, free speech. No. You allow them to get away with it, then you're going to be held accountable too.
See what I mean? This is nuts. That. I think, I couldn't say for sure. It seems like that's her. She mentioned the same commandment. She's saying the exact same things. I'm pretty sure this is the lady. And it's not like she's hiding about it at all. She's recording herself as she's saying all that. So she must have sent that message to Charlie, and then also recorded herself talking about it. I don't know if she's live there or what she's doing, but she clearly recorded it. Don't know if she has a YouTube channel or what. It seems like it might be her. Just allegedly, perhaps, maybe. Who knows? But the fact that she's mentioning the exact same things pushes me to believe that this is actually her. And it goes on. And I'll repost this stuff, but that she has to be the person. I don't know. It would be wild if multiple people quoted the same commandment to Charlie and said the exact same things and mentioned the exact, you know what I mean? It would be very, very weird. So for some reason, even Candace said in her episode, she's like, they're not going to tell you who this person is. And I'm thinking now, like, why not? I don't know. It seems weird. Candace didn't mention it either. I don't know if she knew or not, but it's very odd. Very, very odd. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But here, let me just let me just block you real quick. Oh, there you go. Oh, just a good block there. Oh, there you go. There's a block party happening. You just got an invite. He has no idea who. That's what I like about this. You know, when you do it, they don't know. They have no idea. They're like, oh, no, you're gone. You're gone. You're in the abyss. Mwah. Goodbye. You might as well try writing in the chat of the sun, okay? Because now you're gone. Anyway, let's keep going. See, this is why I need a mod. I really need a mod. Oh man, I wish I could just pick one of you to be a mod right now. I could, but I don't know what's going on. Someone said bye. Okay, and people don't realize there's a lot of comments that get held too. And block party. Hey, I don't do it often. But when I see what you're trying to do in there, I have a pretty, we have a pretty fun community. And I want to keep it that way. Listen, there's nothing, okay, and you may not know this about me. There's nothing I dislike more. And I don't mean civil discourse and like having a conversation. There's nothing I despise more than two guys showing up to a place to be as snarky as possible to each other, trying to own each other and calling it debate. There's nothing worse. It's the worst thing to see. It's the worst thing to watch. I don't like it. People have asked me to do it. I'm like, no. Why would I do that? I'm showing up to be snarky. I don't show up places to be snarky, okay? That's not what I do, especially to somebody's face. I don't need to do that. Anyway, I think that's the lady. Her name is Lori Cardoza, perhaps, maybe, allegedly. But here's the thing about this. More than anything. Whoever sent this, maybe it's not Lori. Could be someone else. Could be me for all you guys know. You don't know. You don't really know. I could have been the one. Listen, Charlie, you don't know what you have no idea. I could have been. I know the commandments. Whoever this is that sent this message, why aren't their hands behind their back? Why aren't their hands behind their back and someone's telling them, hey, watch your head? Just watch your head, okay? Just sit down there for me. Why hasn't that happened yet? Isn't that going to happen to this person? No? Nothing? That seems odd because the person she sent it to ended up dying soon after. I'm not saying, I said she again. The person they sent it to. I don't know who sent it, but whoever did. I mean, isn't that one of the things that you would check out and go, hey, we got to talk to you. You said this stuff to Charlie before he passed away. We have to pull you up, I don't know. I don't get it. And here's the thing. Here's also the thing. Why? And maybe she did. Maybe she did. And maybe Andrew did too. Maybe they did go to the authorities with this. Andrew says he took the group chat message, and the reason that it was out there is because he screenshotted it and he wanted to make sure it got to the authorities. So maybe he did the same thing. Maybe he did the same thing with all the text messages that he had access to that were within this vein of being threatening. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I don't know. If they didn't, it's crazy. I don't know, man. I feel like even if it was just my friend, I would do what Candace did. I would do in a drop of a hat. If it was my friend, I'd be like, hey, this message got to my friend before they passed away? What happened? It's just odd that, listen, I don't know. Let me just say what I want to say, okay? It's weird that Andrew didn't do that. It's weird that Erika didn't do that. But again, they could have sent them to the authorities. Who knows? But I would have been yelling about it. I would have been going nuts about it. I'd be like, hey, look at this message. Like a crazy person. Be at the bureau headquarters. Hey, look. What's your name? Cash? Look, no, don't touch my phone. Your hands are covered in honey. I don't know what's going on with you. Could you just look at this message? Can you read it top to bottom, please? Can we put this person's hands behind their back yet, or what? Or can we do that? Cash would be like, no, I'm too busy listening to country music. He'd be like, you have to understand, my girlfriend, she's a country music sensation. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's just back there doing spy stuff. Huh? What? Yeah, country music. And I love my baby from the bureau. My baby in the bureau, so nice. I fly on his plane, and it's all... I fly on his plane with Dan Bongino, and we all redact files all day. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry. I get it. I get into it. I'm sorry. I get into it, Wish I had a sketch show. But that is that message. Pretty wild. And you know what's funny about this whole thing? Is that it's very funny that... Where are my mints? It's very funny that what people are doing, and I knew it as I was listening to Candace's show yesterday. I was like, people are going to lean in to how crazy Candace is crashing out, bro. That's what people say nowadays, right? What does it even mean? Candace is crashing out, bro. Crazy, man. She needs help. She needs help, bro. I knew that was going to be what I saw. You're going to see the quartering, Graham Allen, who else? Balix. You're going to see Gary. You're going to see all these people just saying that stuff, completely ignoring this weird, threatening message. At least has the tone. Maybe it's not an actual direct threat. But so when somebody says at your peril, when someone says this will be at your peril, that's a pretty wild thing to say to a person, Where is that part? There's a part where she says it will be at your own peril. It's very like, I can't find it. But she says it'll be at your own peril. Like, that's a wild thing to say to a guy. Especially a guy who's like 7 foot tall, 7 foot tall and has the greatest security in the world. I don't know if you heard, Mint Security. You ever heard of Mint Security Solutions? They're the best in the world, It's very odd. It's a very odd thing to do, to say. And I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I can carry a tune. Thank you so much. But I knew the people would be leaning into how crazy Candace was, completely ignoring the text message, completely ignoring the wild way. Not even wild. It's not wild. It was cold. It was heartless. The way that they were handling employees. This always annoys me because right now I'm doing what I love. I love singing country songs about mints and files and doing all sorts of voices, and I love this stuff. But there's a lot of people working jobs that they don't love. Sometimes they kind of hate them. And for you to deal with somebody the way that Turning Point dealt with this girl that I'm going to show you now, and I'm sure you guys all remember Candace was showing us this lady and how she got dealt with. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Let me jump over here. Where is it? Why is it on 10 minutes now? No, let's jump over here. I know exactly where it is. 26 minutes. Listen to this.
Going in a different direction. You don't get to have an explanation. Security is outside leave. And so at this point, the employee hits record on their phone because they don't understand what's happening. And thankfully they did. So you can now listen to the, I guess not excuse. There's nothing really to listen to other than her not being able to get an answer of what she did wrong. And I'm making this very clear to you. I am not kidding. I promise you on everything. I had never in my life communicated. I mean, maybe I saw her in an event. I don't know. I shouldn't say never in my life. I might maybe was backstage. I never spoke to this employee once, never anything at all. Period. Not one of my sources, nothing. So this can't be related to me. I don't think it's related to me, but let's take a listen anyways, because they're all convinced they're just paranoid and firing a bunch of people. Take a listen.
I mean, Frank, this is kind of wild.
I understand where you're coming from.
I know, and I know best to be here, and
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really content leaving for the day without further documentation, explanation, anything.
I understand, but it's time to go. We're just gonna say today's the last day, and that's what we're gonna operate from.
And there's nothing else y'all are going to offer me or plan to offer me.
No, I'll send you an email about offboarding instructions that essentially outlines rates that you to submit your business report, and then detailing the pay and out.
And you will receive your year-end bonus from your performance for the year,
Okay.
so that will be in that paycheck too.
Okay. So, I mean,
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming
No,
from.
and I know you're going to keep saying that. I
Yeah.
understand. Like, I know that.
No, I know.
And I know there's probably no magic string of words that I could piece together to procure some type of answer. But
Yeah.
I think on a surface level, like, I'm not going to walk out of here until I say my piece. Like, I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for AmFest.
Yeah, I think
I've
it's
had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but bend over backwards for this organization, to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
it's not a prank. I would never do that.
So I'm just trying to understand. And
No, I understand. It's time to.
so do
it's
I
time
get to have a conversation?
What if it was a prank? What if it was a prank and they were like, we got you, bro. Erika comes out, pyrotechnics just coming out of the ceilings and the floors. You know, she's just bedazzled, you know, just a bedazzled tuxedo. She's like, we got you. You got TPUNK, Turning Point Punked. And she just runs out of the room, you know? What if it was? That'd be pretty cool, actually, you know? Then I'd be like, listen, you know, I think we were wrong about Turning Point. I think Turning Point's a great organization.
With Dylan? Do I get to have a conversation with Justin or anybody? Or
Nope.
no? And there's no explanation as to why I'm going to let go.
Right now, we're leaving all.
And you're going to keep saying a different direction, but I'm trying to understand how I've met multiple times with my.
We're going a different direction with the team, and I have to ask you to leave now.
You have to ask me to leave the
Yes.
property?
Yes,
Due to what, Frank?
because we're asking you to leave because you've been terminated and we're not.
But there's no explanation or documentation for this. I've never had one bad review from Dylan. I've never had one issue with the company. I've never done anything unethical. And so I'm sitting here understanding why my entire livelihood is being completely tossed out. I mean, I sat
No,
in this chair.
you're gonna do great things.
No, and I
Take your
planned.
life.
This guy. You're going to do great things. You're going to do great things. The first great thing you're going to do is you're going to look at this security guard here. You can take him by the hand or not, and you're going to leave, actually. You're going to do fantastic things like get inside your car and drive off the premises and not come back, or we will trespass you from the property. You're going to do fantastic things, like not get a reference from us whatsoever. That's pretty much it. We saw your watch later list on YouTube. We saw Candace's video there. You're going to do great things, like never speak to any of us again. Thank you so much. It's pretty wild. And Candace pointed out, it's not illegal there. So they're allowed to do what they're doing. It's just, you'd figure like she knows the guy's name. She's like, hey, Frank, like, come on. Like, they clearly know each other. Obviously, she's working hard for the company. You would think they'd at least be like, listen, I guess they can't. You can't be like, we think you like Candace. They can't do that. They can't be like, I don't know if you heard. Here, we absolutely despise Candace Owens. We heard that you actually like her. You have to go now. You can't do that. She's going to be like, what? This is a lawsuit. She can't say that. They can't say that to her. So I guess they just have to leave it as no explanation. It's wild what's happening. And then on top of that, for Baron and Candace to reveal that whoever did the leaking is still there. These people are just catching strays. This girl, they probably didn't even do anything. It's just wow. And you can tell that the company is actually, I would think, if you're doing stuff like this, you're kind of in a damage panic type of thing. You're sending wolves in finance, that letter that he got. You're sending Candace, like someone's looking into the money. You're like, send them a letter. Send them a letter. Oh my God. Candace is saying things. Oh God, this is a contract. We have her on contract. Send this to her, please. Oh my gosh. Like, you're panicking. There's a lot going on here. So very weird. And then the second story, I don't even need Candace to go through it. It stuck out so much to me. To have a lady be at home with her kids, and then maybe it's the same guy. I don't know. Maybe this guy's like the Terminator in Turning Point. He just fires everybody. He's just the one. He's walking through walls. You're trying to run away from him. You're in the bathroom stall. He just sticks his head through the stall. He's the TP 1000, right? You can't get away from him. He's gonna fire you. He's gonna take your work computer. He's gonna trespass you. No matter what, he's gonna find you. I don't know. Maybe that's the guy. But that story of that lady's at home with her kids and her husband isn't there. That's why I don't like leaving the house so much without my kid, without my family. Because man, if something like that happened, holy man. I mean, I would just show up in a jumpsuit. I'd be like, hey, I stopped off. I got an orange jumpsuit. I'm here. Who are you? You're trying to get into my house. You want into my house for a computer? Okay. Which part of your body do you want the computer inside? I have no problem with anywhere you want the computer. Just let me know. I'm going to dip it in baby oil. I heard about this from Diddy. I'm going to dip it in baby oil. You tell me where I should put it. That's all that's happening. Are you kidding me? I'm going to police are going to get there. I'm going to be like, I already have them behind my back. How you guys doing? You guys good? All right. Yeah, no, I'll watch my head. No, I'll watch my head. It's fine. Right, what? Oh my gosh. I hate hearing stories like that. To do that to some lady is crazy. Crazy. We want your computer. If you delete anything, we're going to know you deleted things. Oh, man. What are they looking for? That's the weird thing. What are they looking for? What do they think's going on? Like, because that behavior that Candace explains in that story, if it's true, maybe it's not true. Maybe Candace got the wrong story. And maybe the guy was like, hey, I'm at the door. We're letting you go, but I have a fruit basket here, and I just wanted to give it to you. There's mints inside of there. There's a Rode microphone in there. Like, here you go. Just have fun with that. Put your face close to the microphone. Put it close. Just for 1 second. Is it close? Kidding. Come on. That's a joke. But it sounds deeper than just we don't like Candace and we don't want anybody who does like Candace to work for us or leaking information. Because what are they going to find? If someone's leaking information, clearly they're not going to be doing it on their work computer, right? And leaking information would consist of sending text messages or emails to Candace or, someone connected to Candace. So it seems like something else. Who knows? But it all seems so... It seems like some dishonesty is going on. Some panic is going on, What did you say? 6,000? Oh, 6,000 in the chat. Jeez. I didn't even see this. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. But yeah. Candace covering that. And she says there's more. I wonder how deep this goes. Because there was another employee. I forget what his name was. There's these... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting your names. There's these, the smaller channel. It's 2 girls, and they've been doing some great work. I wish I could remember your channel name. I would pull it up right now. I'm so sorry. They do great work, and they've been interviewing from time to time, Turning Point employees. They interviewed one guy. I think his name was Josh, and he was talking about how much people dislike the current culture. This guy, and he was being very open about it all. He didn't care about being on camera. It was very interesting, and he had a lot to say. They've been doing great work. They actually interviewed also the French cameraman who was there, who got some pretty almost 4K like footage. I wish I could jog my memory and remember their names. Maybe somebody in the chat knows who I'm talking about. Anybody? Nah, nobody. Billy and Brandy. Yes. Thank you so much. King Joffrey. Thank you so much. Billy and Brandy. 100% Billy and Brandy. Let me see if I can actually pull them up. They're actually great. They messaged me one day and they were so nice. And I was like, wow, I hope they're doing well. You know, sometimes you see a creator. Like I saw Baron when he was at like 1,500 subscribers. And I'm like, oh, I hope this guy just keeps doing this. They are still doing it. Good for them. They had a lot less subscribers the last time I saw them. Now they're almost at 10,000. Yeah, they do pretty solid work. One of them messaged me. I think it was this one. She messaged me, and they were just really, really nice. They have some really great interviews. I don't know if they're here, so I'm not seeing a lot of videos here. Maybe they got rid of them. I don't know. Maybe live streams. I have no idea. But they have a bunch of stuff going on here. So anyway, they're pretty solid. Let's keep going here. So who knows what's going to happen with Turning Point. And then on top of that, I don't know if you guys saw this. I always like to bring you guys the updates from X. There's a lot going on X, especially this. This is very, very vital. They may be able to take our lives, but they'll never take our doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. Whoop, whoop. 100%. 100%. You guys got to remember that going forward, right? You know, they'll never take that from you. They'll never, ever take that from you. All right. Anyway, let's keep going here. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Candace, I think this is going to be coming out on Monday because we know she's not going to go live today unless by some chance she decides she has to. But she mentioned a Zoom call that she may have access to. She says she's now in possession of the Zoom call. 5 days following Charlie Kirk passing, the new CEO, Erika Kirk, spoke to employees, among other things, invited them to take time off if needed to grieve. I am so uncomfortable. It's very weird. Listen, I think it's nice. You know, I think it's nice, you know, take time to grieve for employees. I think that's very nice. The odd thing is that it's 5 days after Charlie has passed and she's already doing that stuff. I'm not going to say that she was prepared. I'm not going to say that, right? You heard it, but I'm not going to say it, right? Not me. I wouldn't say that, but it is very strange, very, very strange to do that type of thing. And listen, we can go from being not charitable to being very charitable and say that she was just trying to be as good as she is hoping people to be to her. You know, maybe she's just like, hey, listen, I know I'm going through it. Maybe you guys are going through it too. Maybe you need time to grieve. You know, she's just like, guys, if anybody needs to take time off, just please go ahead, take as much time off as you want. Is there a DJ behind you? Huh? What? Yeah. That's Diplo. I'm in Ibiza, actually. Just want to let you guys know. I'm actually on stage right now. So, no, it's not fire. It's pyrotechnics. I just got a lot going on. If you guys need to take time off to grieve, yes, 2 shots. Thank you very much. If you guys need time to grieve, you guys go ahead and do that, okay? I'm kidding. Come on. She's not on a beautiful island with Diplo, helping Diplo DJ a set. That's not what's happening, guys. Come on. You know I'm kidding around. Jeez. Just trying to avoid those letters, you know? I'm just trying to dodge those letters. I hope if they do see my videos, hopefully they're just like, this guy's a fool. We can't. There's nothing we can do. This guy's, I don't know. He's talking about mints. He's talking about mints. He's talking about Philadelphia. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy. Well, what are we supposed to do with this guy? You know, that's a little plus of not thinking of yourself as bigger than you are, you know, not taking yourself too seriously. It's one of the pluses. They're like, this guy's a clown. That's right. That's right. Just leave me alone. Let's keep going here. What else do we got here? Erika Kirk needs a speedy trial. I find this very weird. Love the two of you. Thank you so much. Erika Kirk wants a speedy trial. I don't know if you guys heard this. Now, honestly, this is within her right. This was filed January 16th. She says she's requesting a speedy trial for Tyler Robinson. She wants this to be sped up a little bit here. Filed a court motion on Friday through her attorney, Jeffrey Neum, requesting a speedy trial under Utah law, which grants victims the right to a speedy disposition of the charges free of unwarranted delay caused by or at the behest of the defendant. So basically, they just don't want the defense team to dawdle around, okay? They're basically invoking the dilly-dally clause, the anti-dilly-dally clause. They're saying, we do not want any more dilly-dallying. And the judge is like, is there dilly-dally happening on either side? Your Honor, we do feel that the defense is, in fact, engaged in dilly-dallying currently. Your Honor, we are not dilly-dallying. Hold on. I object. That's the word. We are not dilly-dallying here, sir. This is actually very serious what we're doing here. Anyway, the request came amid the court hearing where Tyler Robinson's defense team sought to disqualify the Utah County Attorney Office over a conflict of interest, alleging that the daughter of the deputy county attorney was present at September 10th, where Charlie passed away. Kirk's legal team argues that the defense's actions constitute undue delay. See, that's the dilly-dally clause. See, told you. And the Constitution guarantees defendants a fair trial, but not the right to stall the process. And this part always just rubs me the wrong way. Always when I see this, especially now that I know about like Project Austin and stuff, this always rubs me the wrong way. Her motion emphasizes that nobody believed in the importance of the Constitution, of the United States Constitution more than Charlie Kirk, and that the justice system must be balanced, defend rights with the victim's right to a timely resolution. So, you know, I always get rubbed the wrong way when they try to, and you know, you can't really say this about Erika. I was going to say drag Charlie into it, but I don't know. I just think, like, I know what you're doing when you do that. Like, oh, no one believed in the Constitution more, so we kind of have to do it. We're doing it for Charlie. I don't know. I thought she forgave him. That's what I thought. I thought she forgave him. She's like, I forgive you, but also I want you to die. So I just wanted to forgive you before you died. Okay, so that's all that was. And now I would like for the next part to happen swiftly. Interesting. It's very, very interesting. We'll see what they actually have. I keep thinking about, what if this guy walks? What if they just go, this is not enough. This picture doesn't make sense. You don't have a shot of him getting off you don't have a real thing of him taking the shot off the roof. He says he wasn't there. Like, what if they actually have something just stacked up? Because according to Erika, what Erika told Candace, what we've seen is all they have. What we've heard is all they have. Pretty crazy, if that's true. And if the defense just comes through, can you imagine the defense just starts playing Candace Owens clips? Oh, man. They start playing my silly self on camera talking about Tyler Robinson. You know what I mean? They start playing Jesse on Fire. They're like, look, this person here made a good argument for Lance. And, oh, well, could you imagine? That'd be crazy. That would be Nuts. Then we're all getting letters. That happens. We're all getting letters. That's it. We're all getting letters and trespasses and all sorts of stuff. Let's keep on going. Plea deal gives us Mo answers. Plea deal. Is there a plea deal happening? I don't know. I don't know if there's a. I see somebody here. It says Coach Colin's mod. I am Coach Colin's mod. Who are you? What are you talking about? Who is this? Who is this person? Is this my wife? It could be my wife. Are you my wife? I don't know who this person is. Are you a mod? Are you? It says add as a mod. I don't know who you are, but you took initiative, and I like that. So I'm like this close to actually making you a mod. Anyway, this is very disheartening. Kash Patel and director Dan Bongino were focused on strategizing their messaging on X in the immediate aftermath of Charlie Kirk passing away, according to former FBI agent John Sullivan. Now, this goes a little deeper here. Apparently, this John character says that, and I'll just read this part because it's the important part. He says, and then it turns surreal. He and Bongino, he being Kash Patel, start talking about their Twitter strategy. Kash says, I'm going to tweet this. Salt Lake, you tweet that. Dan, you come in with this. And then I'll come back with this. They're literally scripting out their social media, not talking about how we're going to respond or resources or the situation. He's screaming that he wants to put stuff out, but it's not even vetted yet. It's not even accurate. Very weird stuff. So apparently they were pretty much planning out what they were going to say. And if you go back to September 10th to whenever, and you see all of their messages, you will know that they planned that. So what Dan was saying was planned. What Kash was saying was planned. And then also, weird, this is very odd to me. They're also talking to Salt Lake, and I would assume that means the police. And they're saying, and then you say this. What? What? Salt Lake? You were taking marching orders from the Bureau about an investigation and how you were going to talk about it? Huh. That's weird. Hey, that's weird, right? Isn't that a little odd? Or is that exactly what we think's going on? Is it odd, or is it what we think every day when we see stuff like this happen? Isn't this what we've thought since the day after Charlie passed? This is exactly what they were doing. And now somebody's come forward and said that is what they're doing. Do you know how nuts that is? How? I always think whenever I see stuff like this, I go, how long has this been going on? How long have we been seeing stuff like this happen? Has it just been forever? Has it just been forever? This has been going on just the entire time. Like Tucker tells that story about Watergate and how the guy who broke the Watergate story was a new journalist who just came from naval intel, and like the whole thing was like planned. It's like, what? And listen, maybe, no, allegedly, maybe, perhaps. That's what the shirt's gonna say. I can't wait till I have that shirt because I'm just gonna be pointing at the shirt all the time. Your Honor, we want to motion to throw this case out. My client clearly pointed at his shirt. At the top, it said allegedly, and then it said maybe, and then it said perhaps. That is his stance on everything. I'm motioning to get this thrown out, sir. I have to blow my nose so bad, but I won't do it. I won't do it in front of you guys, okay? Because I'm a king, okay? That's why. Lance made this. Thank you so much. He said, Coach Colin, after he sued everyone into oblivion for using his intros, there will be signs. There will be signs that I'm doing a little better in life. This attire is coming. Okay? Always gonna have a hat, a nicer beanie, just a slightly nicer beanie. Okay? Just a little bit different here, you know? Just a little bit. That's gonna be the new fit. It's coming. It's coming, guys. Now, this is very interesting because I guess I'm gonna talk about it. YouTube pop-out chat Who is this? There's so many people. YouTube pop-out chat. What do you want? Why are you telling me this? Why is this person telling me about a pop-up chat? Who is this person? Who are you? You know, I always think there's agents reaching out to me. Am I crazy? Am I a crazy person, you think? They're telling me about a YouTube pop-out chat, and they want me to click it. What if I click it? Is something bad going to happen, guys? Who is this person? Sarah Gould? Susan Gould? For a different screen? I'm gonna do it. Okay. Why did you tell me to do this? How do you know what's on my screen? How do you know that I needed that? You know what I mean? Who is this lady? Anyway, you were right. I do need that. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Like, who are you? How did you know that I need? You said don't click it. No, I didn't click anything from her. I didn't click anything from her. She told me to click a thing that's on my thing already. Should I not have done this? Is this someone from Philadelphia? Did Philadelphia just get me, guys? Oh my gosh. I knew they'd get me eventually. Come on, man. No. I didn't click anything. Don't worry. I didn't click anything that she sent me. She just told me about something. Too sketchy. Tyler Robinson's defense team has ties to TPUSA. I said this from the very beginning. Thank you so much for saying that. Who's that? Lily? Joyful Ladybug? Thank you very much, Joyful Ladybug. 100%. I've been saying this since the beginning. It seems like, and I couldn't say for sure, but it seemed very odd when Elizabeth Lane, okay, I'm pretty sure that's her name. She's a journalist. And she said that she went and tried to communicate with Tyler and his family that she could get them a very good lawyer because having a public defender, and listen, I used to have some friends who had some bad things going on, and they never wanted public defenders. And if they did, it was like, oh, I'm going to jail. I'll see you in 3 years. It was that kind of thing. They never wanted public defenders. Nobody does. Now, the thing about it is, that's what Tyler had. Now, it's very weird because his public defender is a very decorated attorney. Nestor is her last name. Very decorated. Very involved in Utah, the Utah legal system. Very, very involved. So she's not the worst, but it was odd that that was the public defender. Like, usually a public defender is like a guy with his shirt all disheveled, and he's just like, hey, buddy, don't even worry. Did you say anything to anybody? I got you, big guy. You got any coffee? Can I have a sip of yours? I couldn't afford any. You know, it's usually a guy like that. That's not what she is. She's actually really good, which is also very weird. But when she reached out, Elizabeth Lane, when she reached out to Tyler's family, and she reached out to just, the people around him, she got met with a lot of anger because she's like, I have a good lawyer, a really good lawyer from New York who will do this case for free. It was like, it's like a no-brainer, right? They were really mad. They said, we do not want any help from you. They pretty much shooed her away. And now everything that's happening around him, defense, prosecution, it's all very Utah. And then when you look into Utah, I'm sure it's a nice place, but it's very close-knit. That's me being very charitable. It's a very close-knit place. And they didn't even, every person that's involved is already connected through the fact that they're all from Utah. And they seem like they don't want any outsiders at all. Now, that tells me that you want control. That's what it tells me, is that you're looking for some kind of control over all this. Don't know that for sure. It's just what it seemed like to me. I mean, when I first started this person's just said, I'm not from Philadelphia. This is my name on YouTube. They're like, make me a mod. I don't know. You want to be a mod a little too bad, lady. I don't know about you. Next thing you know, she's going to block everybody. I don't know. All 7,300 people left your chat. Sorry. I don't know. Then she's just like, bye. Flies off to Philadelphia. Big Philadelphia flag on her back. She just flies away. Ha ha ha, Mint Man. Philadelphia girl got you again. Shh. You know, I can't risk that. I can't risk that, guys. I'd rather people be saying the hard R in the chat than someone from Philadelphia take away everything I've built here. Okay? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please, no hard R's. No hard R's in the chat. Please. I'm joking. But yeah, it's very weird. It does seem like everybody is on the same team within this case. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. It seems weird. And I'm not one of these people that's like, Tyler didn't do anything wrong. I'm not. I think he could have, but the way that they're doing it, now they're pushing for a faster trial. The guy doesn't get to say anything. He seems like, and this is actually reported from people who have not had access to him, but have been close to him. They say he has like 1,000-yard stare, like no lights on, just nobody's home kind of thing. You know, the type of thing you see with Mortal Kombat Ultra. I really do think there's some stuff going on with that in regards to him. But again, not letting him off the hook. I'm just saying, like, it seems like there's a lot of people keeping this in-house. And then when you look into, again, you know, shout out to anybody from Utah. You know, don't get too mad. But then when you look into the agency and the fact that the agency likes to go to the church, is specifically in Utah, they like to recruit people from there. That's very weird. And then there's like some astronomical percentage of people who are in the bureau who are also from the church. It's very odd. Or sorry, not in the bureau, sorry, in the agency, that are also from the church. It's a very, very high number. So when you see all that put together, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like Utah was the perfect place to have this happen. The perfect place. This could not be done in California. It could not be done in New York. You could not have this happen in Texas. It was the perfect place. They're so close knit. They're all so together on things. I don't know. That's just what I'm seeing when it comes to this case. Again, couldn't make heads or tails of it, but I don't know. Oh, there were some comments that I actually wanted to read. Some of them are from Candace's chat. Some of them are from mine. I actually took screenshots of these things. Somebody actually brings up a great point. They said, I've never asked for mints or have been given mints or a piece of gum and not immediately put it in my mouth. Not definitive evidence, but still. I think that is such a great point. And now what I'm talking about, for those of you who don't know the origin of the mint story, is Brian Harpole said the only handoff that he had, which was it was a handoff like this. And apparently it was just mints. Really weird. Usually I'm like, yeah, give me one. And the person goes, boop. And I go, is that just me? I'm the only one that makes that sound? Fine, whatever. But that's usually how it goes. You know, it's usually like, you know, you got a piece of gum, you're like, okay, here you go. You know, something like that. Here, I got one here. That's usually how it goes. That's not how it went. Brian says this handoff that he did with this lady, who's an angel. She's just an angel. It was just mints. Oh, yeah, she's an angel. She just comes around and gives us mints, make sure we're okay, you know. Has a son named Angel. Has a husband named Angel as well. Okay, all right. She got her wings the other day. It was great. I mean, she came down from the heavens with mints. You know, mints are a wonderful thing. And, you know, in my day, we'd take a guy to the Wayback Machine if he didn't appreciate the cold, crisp taste of mints, you understand? We take him to the Wayback Machine and we'd rough him up a bit back in 1981. And if he was colored, we might take him back to 1920. See how he likes that. I'm kidding. Brian never said that. I've been wanting to make that joke with the Wayback Machine for quite some time, okay? I've wanted to make that joke for quite some time. I got it out of my system. We're good. But that's the origin of the mint story. But she's right. If you get handed one, don't you just eat it right away? Who gets handed a mint and you're like, my breath's going to smell like absolute ish in like 20 minutes, so I'll take that then. It's like, no, you just eat it right away. You're like, here, give me a piece of gum. Who takes a piece of gum and says, oh, thank you, let's put this in my pocket? What? I like my gum covered in hair and lint, so I put it in my pocket. I rattle it around a little bit. Makes it chewier. You've never done that? It's called a hairy gumball. You've never had a hairy gumball? I have 3 in my pocket right now. Here, take one. And even that, you'd be like, this is disgusting, right? So it is a really good point. Like, why would he just take that mint and just put it in his pocket? That mint and put it in his pocket. Very weird to me. I have to blow my nose. I'm not like Barron, okay? Barron has 15 years experience in broadcasting. I don't know what a cough button is. I don't know how to do all that. I have no idea. I'm a regular person. I just happen to have a camera. Anybody can buy a camera. Anyway, the next thing, I think the reason for the firing was pretty honest. We're moving in a different direction. I interpret that to mean we hired you as a Christian organization, and that is no longer the organization that we are operating as. Thank God there is someone like Candace sharing truth and battling deception. That could be it. You know, we're going in another direction. Ever since we made $250 million in a short period, we are going in the direction of Satan. Okay. Just making that clear. You have worked very hard, but when it comes to Satan and evil, we like to move swiftly to get rid of the people who are good people. And we've detected that you're actually a good person. We need you to leave immediately, okay? We need you to leave right now. You're a good person. Get out of here. It could be it. You know, it's kind of like Google. Google was like, don't be evil. And then they're like, nah, don't worry about that. And you're like, was that your motto? And it's like, they're like, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was. And it's like, okay, all right. Anyway, the next thing somebody says is Erika Kirk. Oh, did I talk about this yet? So when it comes to the Zoom call, let me go back to the Zoom call. I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. So when it comes to this Zoom call that Candace Owens says she has access to, and she's probably going to show us on Monday, this doesn't just raise the question of, you know, why on earth is she telling people to grieve when she should be grieving? It doesn't just raise that question. It also raises this question and another inconsistency, because this is 5 days later, right? 5 days later, this happens. So Erika Kirk, this person is quoting Erika. They say, I shut off my phone for weeks and I cocooned myself alone with my kids. No outside world interaction. That's what she actually said. I forget which interview she said this in. That's why I don't have the clip ready. She might have said it with Jesse Waters, because she's only done so many interviews. She might have said it with Jesse. She might have said it with Fox and Friends. I don't know if she did one of those yet. But she did say that, which turns out in actuality, that didn't happen. She was actually doing Zoom calls, right? And she was DJing with Tiesto and Diplo, you know? She was with Skrillex on stage with the pyrotechnics. She was scratching. She was Give me a drink. I'm kidding. She doesn't do that. She never did that. But yeah, it shows that she actually wasn't cocooned with her kids for weeks. Weird. A lot of inconsistencies, man. I'm telling you. I'm not getting into arguments or anything, but I know people in the chat and people in the comments, you're just like, Erika's just a liar. She's just a straight up liar. I feel like it's too much. You know, it's like people are like, oh, she's a pathological liar. I'm like, I don't see that. Nobody, you don't know her to say that, right? If somebody at Turning Point or someone that knew Charlie said that, I would consider it. But I mean, it just seems like it's way more explainable that it's Mortal Kombat Ultra, you know, and there's some erasure going on, some memory erasure. It just makes so much more sense than you just making up things. This is 3 months ago. 4 months ago now? This is 4 months ago. She's like, I was in a cocoon with my kids for weeks. Yep. That's what I was doing. I don't know. Maybe she is an actor of sorts. I have no idea, because here's the thing. I've seen this happen before. You know Dwayne The Rock Johnson? This is a very weird thing, but somebody pointed out this thing about Dwayne The Rock Johnson is that he does every so often. It's like, I don't know, every 4 months. Every 4 months, he will have a post where he talks about In-N-Out, the burger place, and he will say, I've never had In-N-Out before. This is my first time. I got the animal fries and I got this, and here it goes. And then he eats it and he's like, oh man, this is great. And then 4 months later, he'll do the same thing again. And he'll be like, hey, never had In-N-Out before. Oh man, I had the animal fries here. It's weird. Somebody pointed out that he's done this like 4 times over like a year and a half. It's crazy. Over like 2 years or something like that. He keeps saying, this is my first time, never had it before. I really do think these Hollywood people are just drones. I think it's so much deeper. I gotta find Ariana Grande saying the thing. I gotta find it now. I gotta find it. How do you spell her name? Because she says it. She says it out loud. Ariana Grande. Okay. Memory erased. Memory erased. I think that lady has a demon inside of her. And a demon around her. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. There we go. It's so funny. There's a community note on this, and they're like, she's actually just being coy. It's like, what are you talking about? She's being coy. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is crazy. And this is the thing. I think that this happens quite a bit. Okay? And listen. I know you're like, what are you talking about? If you're going to hang out with me for more than an hour, it's going to get weird. Okay? That's just how it is with me. Eventually, we're going to get to this place where we talk about erasing memories. Okay? Okay? Just listen.
Razor treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy. Razor treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days Clinic, they do the memory erasure, you know?
So did Ariana Grande just admit that she's going to a clinic, some Hollywood celebrity clinic, that erases her memories? I mean, that seems like concerning.
The memory erasure, they erase my memories. It's a little foggy, but...
If you could remember, struggle, tell me, give me a date. Give me a date.
You know what? I'll have to go back to the clinic and see if they can restore my memory.
I don't know. I'm just saying. You could say she was joking around. She doesn't seem like the type to joke around anymore. Okay? She seems like a shell of her former self. But I think that happens, and I think that happens way more in Hollywood than anybody would ever understand. I think it would blow our minds. I think we would go from looking up to these people in Hollywood to feeling so sorry for them and wanting to break them out of whatever is holding them. 100%. And the reason I think that, and I said this before, is because Dave Chappelle, he was on stage and he was talking about Weinstein. You know Weinstein? He was talking about Harvey. I should say Harvey. He was talking about Harvey. And he was saying, you know, what if I told you that wasn't even the worst of it? You know, the whole thing that he was caught in, the grape stuff that was going on. Dave Chappelle said, what if I told you that wasn't even the worst of it? And it's like, what could be worse than that? What could be worse than to do that to men and women like Harvey was doing? Apparently. I don't know. And that happens all the time in Hollywood. Dave's like, what if that's not even the worst of it? What does that even mean? How deep does the whole thing go? Well, then you hear stuff over and over again, like this, weird stuff, people completely collapsing. It seems like their psyches are just like deflated when they get to a certain stature and fame. And when they're done with them, they're just like, it's just over. They're just Britney Spears, just dancing in a mansion with no one watching, just in front of your phone. Bad dancing too, with your makeup smeared everywhere, and you're like, what happened to this lady? You know, it's not just like she's nuts. Something happened. Believe you me, if you see me all of a sudden dancing, I'm dancing with no shirt on. I'm just in front of the phone on Instagram. Something happened to me. You gotta remember that. You can't just be like, well, that Colin guy, he's different now. Yeah, something happened. You gotta find out what happened to me, please. Don't just leave me. You guys gotta turn into Columbo. You guys gotta turn into Columbo for me. Anyway, I had a back and forth with Balix Tones. It was sad. It was actually very sad to have a back and forth with Balix, because Balix he's fallen quite a bit from where he once was. Wow, somebody already. Oh, Nikki, shout out to you. Thank you so much for reposting my stuff. I'm on X here trying to. Oh my gosh! Of course I have to show you guys this. Oh my gosh! I'll get to what I was looking for in a second. Emily, thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I don't even remember what I was looking for now. Okay, let's get back to it. Me and Balix had a little bit of a back and forth. It's really sad how far he's fallen. And yeah, I actually posted something, and he decided that he's going to chime in on what I had to say. And it was very interesting. We had a little bit of a back and forth because he was clearly lying about what he was saying. And it was so blatant, and it was right in front of me. Like, I'm there. You're commenting on my thing, making things up. So I have to find this. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Here's one of them. So this is me. Oh, here it is. He actually, I didn't even realize this. He commented twice on the same thing, which is really interesting. This is me here. Here, let me just show you guys this. So this is me. I posted an episode. I'm like, I don't know why I wrote that name. I meant Balix Tones is telling Candace to take a drug test, calling others are calling her racist, anti-woman, crazy, all because she talked about a real gov program, which was Looking Glass. We've seen this playbook before with the now Prez. When they can't disprove you, they smear you. Full breakdown. So that's what I said. And then what he says back, he goes, you are 100% correct. Okay, this is Balix. This is actually him. This is actually his account. He says, you are 100% correct. She's getting too close with the time travel information, and I've been activated by Slick Stack to throw her off the trail. So basically, he's acting like I'm crazy too, right? He's kind of throwing shade and saying I'm nuts for saying what I'm saying. And what I ended up doing is I actually reposted a clip of him, and I said, why is Alex acting like this isn't him? And it's literally a clip of him sitting with Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo talking about a crystal ball that the elites look into so they can see the future. That is actually what he's talking about. He's talking about the exact same thing that Candace is talking about. And Candace was just talking about Looking Glass. It's an actual operation. Alex is talking... Balix, that's what I meant to say. Balix is talking about an actual crystal ball. The thing that he was making fun of Candace for is what he was actually talking about. It was so wild to me to be seeing this. First off, I always imagined that the first time I talked to Balix Tones was going to be a good thing. It was going to be like, hey, I see what you're doing. And, we were going to connect. And that's what I thought, because he's one of the guys, like, if you've ever worn any tinfoil apparel whatsoever, he was one of the guys that you were kind of looking up to. And now it's just like, it's gross what he's turned into. Really gross what he's turned into. Let me just see here. Who the F is who the F is Alex? Thank you for keeping me straight there in the chat. I love when people correct me on that whole thing. Yeah, he's compromised. Short coin says he's compromised. Yeah, he's 100%. Like, it's so clear as day. It's so I've used this terminology before. It's as clear as looking at Rachel Maddow. You look at Rachel Maddow, you know what's going on. It's the same thing with him now. Same exact thing. I don't know, man. That's why I like Tim Dillon. This is probably why Candace likes Tim Dillon too, because, Tim Dillon is connected to JD, but still, when he was invited to Peter Thiel's place, when he was invited there, he talks about this on Joe Rogan. When he was invited there, he said no. And he said no. He's like, I don't want too many of these people to be my friends. He's like, because I want to be able to talk about them. Like when they do something wrong or they do something crazy, I want to be able to make fun of them, to talk about them. So if you have this relationship with them, all of a sudden it's like, hey, dude, like, what the hell? I just had you at my house. Why are you talking about me like this? That could actually happen if you exchange numbers. You know, like Jesse has my number. I have Jesse's number. If I start talking smack about Jesse, Jesse's going to be like, bro, what is this? Like, what was this video that you made? Like, he's going to message me. He's going to call me out. He's going to be like, what's going on here? And I'll do the same with him. And when I do it with him, he gets scared. Someone clip it and send it to Jesse. But yeah, Tim Dillon handles it properly. He's like, I don't want to be friends with these people, so I try to stay away from them. And I think that's the thing to do. And I say that because Balix has not tried to do that. He's tried to get into the clique. He's tried to get into the room. He wants to be at Mar-a-Lago. He wants to be at those places. And let me tell you, it's probably a fantastic place. And you probably meet incredible people who can push your life in a very amazing direction. But if you're doing what we do, you really don't want to be too aligned with those people. You know, like Balix one time recently was telling this story and it was about Candace. And he's like, yeah, I was just with a bunch of my military buddies. And it's like, it's fine to have military buddies. It's fine. But also it's like, you're having these meetings with a person who works from the Pentagon. You have all these military buddies. And then we're supposed to believe that you're fighting the deep state. Okay, cool. But no, we're not believing that anymore. So the second thing that he said to me, this was the first thing that he said, actually. He said, no, because I was saying, you know, that he's saying that she should take a drug test, that she's crazy, racist, all these different things. And he goes, no, she said Charlie is a time traveler and may have had access to Sumerian magic crystal balls. I was going to drop this stuff, but because you lied so much, I'm going to do nothing but constantly report on it now. Me. I'm the liar. I'm the one who's making stuff up. Incredible. And then the comment section just got filled with people that just like, they're like, what are you talking about? Like, Charlie never said this. They're posting screenshots, this, that. I ended up tagging him and posting a couple of screenshots, posting what he actually said versus what Charlie actually said. Basically just calling him out. It was really weird. And then it kind of just stopped there, but it's sad to see how far he's fallen. I mean, it's just it's Don Lemon level. You're just making things up just to make things up. I honestly don't understand it at all. And I had to call him out one last time because I ended up saying it is sad how far you've fallen. And I kind of made it, I feel good about it, but sometimes you don't feel good about it. Because here's what I said. I said it's sad to see how far you've fallen, right? I'll show it here. I said it's sad to see how far Balix has fallen, making up blatant lies. What crystal ball, Alex? And Candace said what Charlie said. You're gonna start calling out Charlie now. You're acting like you've never spoken on Looking Glass yourself. You've fallen into Don Lemon levels of reporting. And it's true. He really has. And, we actually had a whole back and forth because now that I think of it, there was another post that I made as well. And basically I said, it's sad that you're doing all this. None of us are doing this to you when you say things like this. And I say, but none of us are billions of dollars in debt. Your boy had to do it. Your boy had to bring out the flamethrower. Your boy had to bring out the flamethrower like I own Tesla. You know what I mean? Your boy had to bring out the flamethrower. I'm sorry. Had to deal with Balix. The changing of the guard is happening everywhere you look, folks. It's happening everywhere you look, as it should. Just going back to something, and I'm going to move on to super chats and everything like that. Going back to something really quick. When this whole thing happened with these employees, it's interesting because we used to, and this is what the right, quote unquote, the right is doing, because we used to look at stuff like this, and we used to say, this is terrible. Like how this company's handling themselves is terrible. And now what the right wants us to think is that the way that this went down and what this company is doing is actually a good thing. And it's so weird how far we've fallen. You know, it used to be you wanted to focus on having a soul as a company and companies doing the right thing. And now they want us to believe that companies not doing the right thing and companies acting like they have no heart and they have no care for regular people who are the people mostly who donate to Turning Point, who donate to all these organizations. They want us to believe that acting the way that we've seen them act is actually a good thing. You know, it's really weird how when it comes to Candace, and I've seen this before with the now Prez, with Prez Orange, I've seen this before, that when it comes to Candace, all sense of decency, all sense of empathy, all sense of civility completely goes away. You're allowed to yell at her like you want to fight her as a man, like Tim Pool did. You're allowed to call her a see you next Tuesday. You're allowed to just do all these different things because it's Candace. And, you know, you're allowed to just you're just allowed to just passionately hate this lady. It's such a weird thing to see happening. Such a weird thing. Anyway, let's see if I can find these super chats over here. And I just had to say that because, you know, it's getting sad where Turning Point is gone. Quite honestly, it's getting really sad. I mean, what's going on with this whole thing? What are we doing here? Where are these super chats? Let's go. Let's go. These are from days ago. You see, like, you know, sometimes I listen to ChatGPT and I say, ChatGPT, just, you know, set me straight. Show me what I need to see. And ChatGPT says, oh, man, this is all you got to do. And then it just tells me the wrong thing every single time. Every single time. It's like the worst employee in the world. So I'm just going to go over here. 7,800 people. Jesus, I'm ranting about Balak's tones? I'm sorry, guys. Jeez. I had no idea that's what was going on. You know? Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much. Keep liking the video too. I really don't like saying it, but also it has to happen. You gotta like the video. It helps so much. You have no idea. You know, people sometimes talk about getting unsubscribed and all sorts of weirdness happening with the channel. I can tell you for sure, if you like the video, that will happen less and less and less. I'm not making that up. That's true. 100% it will happen less and less and less and less. All right, let's see what we got going on here for super chats. Let's talk about some stuff. And honestly, you know, yeah, I try not to get into other stuff, but, you know, you can message me about whatever when you use these super chats, you know. How did OC Candace Owens get that text? She doesn't have access to Charlie's phone, and we know the donor didn't leak it to her. So what if Andrew is the Turning Point informant and has everybody fooled? I've been saying this for a while, and people kind of came at me because, you know, it feels like you're kind of letting him off the hook when you say something like that. Oh, also, this is Mallory Dunn said this. It feels like you're letting him off the hook a little bit, and some people don't like that. But I was like, he made sure to send that text message to the authorities, the group chat. The only reason that group chat message, the only reason we know about Charlie saying, I am forced to leave the pro-Philadelphia cause, is because of Andrew. It's the only reason we know about that. Okay? So it's very weird. But then also, and here's the thing with what you're talking about, because now we're getting into 5D chess territory, because I was going to say, but also Candace has come off as like, I don't like Andrew. I hate what Andrew's doing. I hate that he did this. I hate that he did. She called him out on Jimmy Dore's show. She made sure, she's like, you know what? I'll just reveal he's my source for XYZ. So it's weird because now we get into 5D chess territory where it's like, okay, well, maybe Candace is doing that to throw everybody off the scent. Maybe he was the source. Candace then lashes out at him. And all of a sudden it's like he can't be the source, but he's still the one feeding her information. That could be what's going on, because you're 100% right. How did she get that text message? How does she have access to it? It doesn't make any sense. But also, how would Andrew have access to it? Right? Don't forget that. How would Andrew have that message? If Erika has the phone, that's why I made a video very early. I'm like, what if Erika's been the source the whole time? People didn't like that either because, people really don't like Erika getting off the hook. I was like, what if Erika's been the source the whole time? And she's just like, here. Because she is in a position where if she says, I stand with Candace and I want to know what happened to my husband, the next thing you're going to hear is like, it was a tragic scene. Erika Kirk, somebody wearing a furry costume, actually, that's what's going to happen. Like, it's going to be terrible. Like, something would happen to her. If something just happened to your husband, this is like JFK, RFK. If something just happened to your husband, you can't be like, I'm going to figure it out. And you can't turn into Columbo in front of everybody. You can't do that. And then also his company falls apart if you do that. Right? All of a sudden your company just disintegrates. The thing that's his legacy just disintegrates out of nowhere. I don't know, though. I don't know. I mean, even for me, it feels far-fetched. But it could be that. It could be that. It could be. I have no idea. But you're 100% right. How on earth could she get access to this message? The only person who could give her this text message is Erika. There's nobody else, really. I know you're saying Andrew, but wouldn't Erika be the one to have that information? I don't know. Let's keep going here. Somebody says, Joyful Lady, once again, C. Ricapio. What's with these names? What is with these names? How come nobody's ever like, you should check out John Smith Jr.? Well, where are those names at? What's going on with names nowadays? It's a lot, man. Getting crazy. I have a regular Irish name. My mom was like, no, we're not going to name him Marquise. No, we're not doing that. We're going to name him Colin. I'm actually named after my grandfather, actually. Okay, too sketchy. All right, get off of here. Jeez. I feel so old when I can't work this stuff. Too sketchy. Tyler Robinson's defense team has ties to TP USA. It's all rigged. Okay, so somebody did an expose on that. Thank you for telling me about that. I kind of did an expose on it as well, so, I mean, I'll check it out, but guys, you don't have to go anywhere else. I mean, you click on lives, there's a whole bunch. You click on videos, I mean, I've made 2,000 videos, guys. You can go watch bad ones. You can go watch good ones. You can watch long ones. You can watch short ones. I mean, come on. This is a one-stop shop. Project Constitution. Shout out. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Hey, Project Constitution, you gave Candace $300 and you're giving me 20. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not complaining. I thank you. But I mean, like she's not streaming today, so she's not going to be live today, just right? So just maybe, I don't know. I see how it is, man. I'm like a server at a restaurant. You only tipped $20. People who tip 120% are really thinking about us. I live off of these things, I'm kidding. Project Constitution. Shout out to you, man. I saw that you were posting YouTube videos, man. I'm really happy that you're posting YouTube videos. Matter of fact, let's jump over here real quick. Keep posting, man. Don't stop posting videos. Let me see if I can actually find you. Oh, man, you pop up quick, too. Yeah, there it is. Oh, you have a backup. Oh, okay. You have a backup channel. Yeah, man, you need to post videos, man. You need to post videos way more. Way more. You have 1,500 videos? Never mind. Sorry, sir. My apologies. Sorry, I'm out of line here. Project Constitution. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. So it's so funny. Let me tell you something about Project Constitution. Since we're on his page here. This guy, I make a video, okay, about Andrew Colvet, about Erika Kirk. This guy reposts it on X, and he starts tagging them directly after the Wolves in Finance thing. I'm like, bro, hey, shh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you know? What do you think's gonna happen? This guy's like instigating. He's like, hey, Andrew, check out what Colin has to say. Hey, Erika, huh? I think he even tagged Turning Point. I'm like, bro, what are you doing to me? I mean, I appreciate the repost, but good God. This guy's instigating right now. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. Someone else says, what is this? Sizzle Bear? I'm just going to say CL Bear. What if Erika, not under MK, sends message and then under MK she turns evil? Oh my gosh. Let me show you. And then this person who is named I Am Coach Colin's mod says, Colin, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. This has to be my wife, no? Who is this? Who is this person? What? What is this? This is like a rogue person at the bureau. They're like, I love this guy's stuff. Huh? What? No, I'm not doing anything. No, I'm just watching him. I'm watching him like we're supposed to. Yeah, no. Who is this person? Well, shout out to you as well. But thank you, Bear. Let's keep going here. Project Constitution again. No. It is Project Constitution again. He says, I spent $260 on you, bro. What are you talking about? Really? Project Constitution. Man, I was joking. Jeez. This guy, that X money's rolling in for my boy over here. Jeez. Good God. 260. What'd you say? 260? Listen, this is not an ad or anything, but I really think this channel is something special here. I'm just saying. I think it's something great. So I'm just putting it out there. No reason. There's no incentive to me doing this, you know. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. And I was joking, man. Don't spend more. I was kidding. I was just joking. All right, let's keep going here. Hit that like and subscribe. Yes. Oh my gosh, there's more. There's more from Project Constitution. Jesus. I just posted a brand new Erika Kirk video where she's being interviewed by Calvary Chapel and caught in more lies. Check it out later after Coach's live. Okay. Well, I could check it out now. Where is it? Is it on X? I check it out for you, bro. You spent $260. Well, just check out your video. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, did you send it to me in a DM? He must have DM'd it to me. He DMs me stuff all the time. Did he send me anything? Oh, he did. Oh, that's interesting. Is this it? Lying about her pageant past. Let's see this.
I don't care about the photo shoots.
Let me see this. Let me make sure all you guys can see this too. Here, let's check this out.
I just want to be able to.
Oh, it's glitching.
I don't care about the photo shoots. I just want to be able to overbook myself, being able to get involved with the local communities, with the local organizations that are actually making a difference. So the pageant world for me was something that was not a form of narcissism. It was more along the terms of being a steward for my state, especially as it hit our 100th year celebration. And so I looked at it a little bit differently, and I looked at it more as a branding opportunity rather than just being a typical pageant girl. I don't even put it on my resume, to be honest with you. It's something that actually plays against you when you're going in for a job role or when you're interviewing with someone, because that stigma of a pageant girl is the complete opposite of who I am. So I didn't need to battle with that, and the fact that I'm blonde, and the fact that, you know, I'm from Scottsdale, all these things, I'm just like, forget it. So
what did you say the stigma? No, they tend to think you're not intelligent because you're in a I mean, what's the stigma? Just that you're blonde, you're not, they don't take you seriously?
Like stuck up or...
Yeah, not taking you seriously, narcissism, just like what, I don't know, just, just beauty, no
which
brains,
is
I guess.
not you, at
it's-
all, because you are gorgeous. For those who are just listening, not saying gorgeous on the outside. So obviously it makes sense why you won Miss Arizona, but also you are by far the smartest person. Like, I know you are so wise and the kindest person. So the only thing I know from pageants is Miss Congeniality, and you also seem pretty tough too. So that's how I'd picture you. It's like with your gun strapped to you.
Right.
Now, what's the lie? Let's go right to his page. Let's see what he's talking about here. Let's read this out. More lies. I uncovered this wild 2020 interview. Calvary Chapel, Valleys. What is it? Oro YouTube channel, chatting with Mariah and Pastor Craig. Hypocrisy overload incoming. Lie number 1. Erika swears she's not a pageant girl. Slams the stigma as dumb, narcissistic, blondes not taken seriously. Claims she never lists Miss Arizona on her resume. Total BS. Her 2017 resume, which I also posted yesterday, has it front and center as her big flex, caught red-handed. You've been going hard. You've been going hard on Erika, man. She then dumps on the pageant world as narcissistic, yet she's been fame chasing hard. That's kind of true. I mean, with the acting and the reality shows and all that stuff, and the movie, and and the interviewing, it's like it seems like she's been trying to access Hollywood for quite some time. Fame chasing hard, toting Miss Arizona crown as her main gig pre-Charlie passing. The thirst is real. Why trash what made you famous? Pretty true. Wildest twist, interviewers compare her to Sandra Bullock, Miss Congeniality, a Fed undercover. That's hilarious. Fed undercover as a pageant queen for an op. They even quip about her packing a firearm under her dress. Honeypot alert. That's so funny. That is so funny. I forgot that's what Miss Congeniality is about. Yeah, I get that. I see that. That's very interesting. There's a lot of that. There's also, I don't know if Project Concert, I'm sure he already posted about it. There is a video that has surfaced where she's with a guy, like another guy, and she's like pulling down his shirt, and I don't know. It was like someone. It was like an ex-boyfriend or something like that, allegedly, maybe, perhaps. And yeah, it's very interesting to see everything. I'm telling you, man. Maybe she doesn't remember. Maybe she doesn't remember. Maybe she's just somewhere right now, and someone walks into a room. They're like, "Hey, Erika, how you doing?" And she's like, "No, not again." And they go, "Sleep," and she goes, "Oh." And then she just wakes up at Turning Point at her desk, and they're like, "How you doing? You've been working so hard. Every day you've been working. You know that?" She's like, "What day is it? What day is it? What's going on?" You never know, man. I really think it goes that deep. That deep. I really, really do. Let me jump over here with the super chats. I'm over there. My phone's way easier. Lily Rab Connection says, "You and Baron have the best jokes. The humor is so complimentary. What is the best way to make sure you see memes we make? Like, sub, and share, everyone." Memes 100% on X. I literally have, look here, check this out. I have a whole bunch of bookmarks. See, I have a whole bunch of stuff. Canada stuff, Candace, Gate Proc, like all sorts, Erika, like all sorts of stuff. So all the memes, they're all right here. Look, there's one. There's a new one. I see them all the time.
Charlie may be dead, but my breath is fresh as hell, and yours can be too. Philadelphia mints, because...
Oh my God. My God. Anyway, that's the best way. I have a whole every one that pops up, I put a bookmark on it and I put it in the meme folder so I can bring it out once a show, couple times a show. That one was wild, absolutely wild. Anyway, let's keep going here. That's the best way. Look, that person again. Who is this person? I am Coach Colin's mod. Colin, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Because it's not my wife. My wife wouldn't do that. My wife has a 2-year-old downstairs. My wife's not doing that right now, you know? My wife's chasing around a kid. Grumpy Knuckles says Project Constitution has convinced me you can be bought, coach. Come on. Come on. He's just listen. This is how it happens with Philadelphia and all these like, you know, Christian organizations. They're like, what do you mean? We're just friends. We're just great friends. Oh, I just like to honor. No, we just have a completely friendly relationship. That's all that is. And then he's like, here's $260. And I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Anything else for today? That's how it starts with those guys. You know, I'll tell you one thing that me and Baron talked about when we did our live together, because I know people who aren't members can't see it. One thing we talked about was Rob McCoy. I hope Baron doesn't mind me saying this. And I'm not going to like tell the whole thing. We talked for like 2 hours and some odd minutes. But one thing we talked about was Rob McCoy. And Baron was letting me know that he's seen Rob McCoy's, he's like a Rob McCoy expert. He's been watching since like almost like the beginning of what you can find online. And he said he used to be a really nice guy and his sermons were really, really good. And he had a great smile and he had a great disposition, probably a lot like Mikey McCoy is now, right? And then over time, Baron's quote was like, it seems like he's riddled with demons now. But over time, as you keep on going up the ladder or, you know, moving through the ranks, whatever you want to call it, and you take, and I'm not saying this happened to Rob, but I'm just saying he seems very different now. And now all of a sudden his sermons are becoming very political, and it's not something that benefits a congregation, because when people come there, they come for the word because that's what they're looking for. They've been in the world all week, and we stop on Sunday and we say, now let's just take in the word and let it just be about that today. And he doesn't do that. He makes it about Candace. He makes it about Tucker. He makes it about a bunch of different things. He makes it about Philadelphia. He really does. It's crazy. And it's just what happens over time. You keep taking and taking, and, you know, some people come to you. Maybe somebody, I don't know, you know, it's alleged that somebody came to Charlie and said, hey, we'll take you to the next level. And, you know, not saying it happened to Rob, but, you know, over time, you go from having these really good sermons to having these really political sermons where you're attacking the same people who Philadelphia thinks should be attacked. It kind of shows what's happening to you over time. And what I said when we were having that conversation was, I said, as you do the wrong thing, it doesn't just erode your integrity, but it erodes you on the inside, and it also starts to display on the outside. I'm a really big believer in that. If you feel, this is a great example, if you feel sad all the time on the inside, you can try and hide it. You can try and put on a brave face and a fake smile. But for those of us who can tell, and I'm pretty good with this too when I talk to people, you can look at someone's eyes, you can look at a slight expression, and you can see like, oh, there's sadness behind this smile. There's rage behind this smile. You can see it, because what's inside of you will come out. It will come out. I'm tired. I probably got bags under my eyes. I'm tired. I slept for 3 hours, 2 nights in a row. Like, you know, what's inside of you will eventually come out, right? And I think that's what's going on. But it's not what's going on with me. How dare you? No, I know you're kidding. You say you're kidding right here. You're doing God's work. I'm very appreciative of your resolve. Keep digging. Most High bless. Thank you very much, Grumpy Knuckles. Thank you very much. Let's keep going here. Woody265 says, regarding the mint, Brian Harpole has said it's a suppository mint. It's a suppository mint. You put those in the Wayback Machine, the Wayback There machine. You put those in the Wayback There machine. You stay fresh all day, you know? Suppository mints. Come on, man. Let's keep going. Oh my God. You, OC, and Baron need to band together with the ousted TP USA employees. They say toilet paper USA. I don't condone that. I do think it's pretty smart, though. That is a very smart way of putting it. You know, just because it's perfect. TP, you know, like how did they not see that coming? They walked right into that one. You know what I mean? That's not your fault. That's their fault. The Turning Point employees and go forward in truth and light for Charlie. It seems like Candace already is. In the Baron and Candace episode, Baron actually said, Candace was kind of being coy about it. She didn't want to say anything. And Baron actually just outright said, he goes, the leak is still there. The leak is still there. It was like he had his own independent information. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like they already kind of know. Because if he says the leak is still there, then that means he knows who the leak is, right? And Candace knows who the leak is. So I'm out in the cold on that one. But you know me, I'm a fly on the wall. I have no problem just sitting back and watching and seeing everything that they're doing. Pastor Rob seemed to have changed during 2020, if you know what I mean. Remember what happened back then? He was the only church to stay open in the area. I live near there. That is My Moon and Star Gallery. I could see that. I could see him changing during that time. I mean, I don't know why, but I don't know. I really don't know. You know, it's hard because to say that it's all just financial incentives, it's hard because he also has the background of the psychological operations, right? So it's like, is it, I don't know. Is it an op or is it finance or is it both? Or because you have that knowledge and you know how to do that and your dad was doing that as well, do you just take that into the church and then, you know, one thing that I said when I was talking with Baron, I was like, it gets to a certain point with some people where they're just like, okay, like they just don't mind. They're just like, whatever. Like I need, I'm not saying this is Rob, but some people are just like, I need money and you're going to give it to me. Fine. I'll consider it a gift from God. I don't know. You know, it's weird. Lauren Evans says, just because I enjoy your podcasts, I'm glad you're doing a live. You have such a great disposition. You're always happy. We need that sometimes. Thanks. I'm not always happy, but I'm happy when I'm in front of the camera. That's for sure. Not in a narcissistic way, but like in a connection way. I'm happy when I'm doing a live stream. I like talking to people. I always say, I said this to my researcher the other day, I didn't get into this whole thing of creating stuff to just be sitting in a room by myself doing it. I really like to interact with people, which is why I want to do live shows eventually. I really like talking with people. It's my thing. Okay. And then, hey, honey, hey, hun, it's just mom. She says, I'm late, but hearing what part of your body, excuse me, let me see here. Wait, what are you saying? What part of your body do you want the computer in? Oh, made me spit out my smoothie all over myself. You have no idea. You have no idea how happy that makes me. You have no idea. I know you had to clean up and maybe you had to change your shirt. I get it, but it makes me so happy to hear that. You have no idea. That is what I set out to do. If I'm with somebody, if I'm in a room with people and there's one person drinking water, I'm like, I'm going to make this person spit that water. I'm going to say something as soon as they take a sip and they are going to spit it out. It's my goal and I'm good with it. I always do it. I always hit the mark every single time. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. I'm very happy that happened. I know it's rough, but still. Project Constitution just made that new video. Okay. Project Constitution. What up, brother? With $100, bro. What's going on with you? Do I need to come over to X? How much money you guys making on X? Guys are rolling it over it. What's Elon doing? Elon backing up the truck, man? Is Elon backing up the truck? Let me know if he's backing up the truck. I'll be like, hey, I'm going live here on X. Hey, everybody on X. Let me know, bro. Thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate all the love with the sharing of the videos and everything, man. It's a huge thing. Let me see if I can find, you know what? Anybody, I have to ask Baron. I guess I do have to use, what's it called? What's it called? What is it called, guys? StreamYard. I guess I do have to use StreamYard because I can't keep track of all the super chats, man. I got to be able to track all these. There's so many right now, and I can only see so many. Just tagged you in one. Hope you like it. Oh, is it a meme? Let me see. You just tagged me in a meme. Let me see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay, let's see. It's not there. I don't see it yet. Is it this? Nah, couldn't be. What's your name? Lori? Nah, this is not you. This is pretty crazy, though. Look at this. Philadelphia mug. Do I have to make mugs like Candace? Philadelphia mugs? What do you think? I might have to do that. I'll check out your meme, though, when you get it to me right away. And I'll show it. I always show the memes. As long as they're not too crazy and they don't have any copyrighted music. As long as they don't have those two things, I'm 100% going to share it. New here, love your show. Please explain your code words. Which one? Which one? Mortal Kombat Ultra. That just goes with the initials of each word, right? That's what that is. Often is not a code word. Often is actually what the successor to Mortal Kombat Ultra is called. There was some offshoots, but the one that I concentrate on the most, because I think it's the one that infiltrated Hollywood, is Often. That's not a code. Philadelphia. I just picked the place. There's a place. There's the Middle East is a very vast place. There's one place that you can't talk about, and I call it Philadelphia. Okay. Even within the code explanation, there's still code. I mean, this is like the Matrix. You understand? There's layers. What else? What other code do I use, guys? I don't think there's any other code, right? I don't think there's any other ones, but those are the ones that I could give you. Okay, that's all I can tell you. Someone's writing Russian in the chat. Let me tell you something. That's not gonna make it, bro. No one's gonna see your Russian text. You're not spreading Russian stuff in the text. It's a troll. The Angry Viking says, "Let's get it, guys. Toilet paper, US gay." Oh, hey, listen. I admire it. You know, you don't hear jokes. This is a vintage joke. You don't hear jokes like that anymore. We used to say that all the time. We used to call everybody that. You know? Toilet paper, US. I'm trying to think of US fake and gay. It doesn't fit. Shout out to Candace, though. Let's keep going here with the chats. Let's keep going. Oh, somebody just said hi. Holy fire, Luna just gave me a thumbs up. That's it? You don't want to say anything? I love it when people say things. Giovanni says, Coach Colin, heard Candace say Philadelphia. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning. She said Philadelphia. And she said it like she knew what was up. She said it like she understood exactly what was being talked about. She fully understood. So maybe she's seen an episode or two. You know, I would think that you would watch the show if you stumble onto a channel and you see that there is 100 thumbnails with your face on it. You probably want to check out the videos. You probably are just going to be like, or maybe not. I mean, she's super famous now. She doesn't have time. You're super famous and you have 4 kids. Maybe you just don't click on anybody's videos anymore. You're just like, I don't care. Unless somebody shows it to you, you know, that type of thing. I said your name yesterday and I still can't say it. You know when you see a thing, Naftasa? Listen, Naftasa. You got to sound this out for me, okay? The next time you send one, please sound out the syllables of your name. Nafasa Jackson. I'm calling you Miss Jackson. Laughing at the mint joke at BJ's. I'm laughing hard I'm alone laughing hard. People think I'm crazy. I love that. I think that's the best. When you're laughing so hard and people just think you're nuts, I think that's the best thing in the world. The absolute best thing in the world. Let's keep going here. Holy Fire Luna. Let's keep going here. Beach Bum 44. Hey, Coach Colin. Did you notice Mr. Mac at Davos wearing aviators on stage? Is he hiding another black eye or lizard eyes? That's interesting. You know, you guys heard about like the Black Eye Club? You ever hear about that? It's very weird. It's very weird. You know what it's like? If I talk about like the whole black eye thing, because there's always celebrities popping up with black eyes and stuff, and it's like, how does that happen? It's kind of like the movie Get Out was trying to explain that whole phenomenon to us. Because the movie Get Out doesn't talk about anything entering through your eye and making it black, but it does talk about your personality, or yourself, your soul, I don't know, being pushed into the background and somebody else is taking over. And that's exactly what that whole black eye theory is that something has been let into them and it is now taking over. I don't know. But what do I think it is with him? You do have a video of him, his wife smacking him around. His husband, wife, which is more respectful. I don't know. But you have a video of him getting pushed in the face. Maybe it happened again. You know what I mean? When two dudes are working it out, you know what I mean? When two dudes are working some stuff out, sometimes somebody catches a black eye, you know? Next day, the next guy has to wear aviator sunglasses. They're talking about Emmanuel at Davos is wearing sunglasses. It's crazy. It's so crazy to even think of doing that. Just don't go. What are you doing? Or put makeup on. See, that's also the weird thing. That's what also makes me think that his eye might look crazy. Because if you did have a black eye, you just put makeup on it. You're the president of a country. Just call somebody in and be like, hey, just do this. Make my face look normal. People do it all the time. So I don't know which one it is, quite honestly. Beach Bum. Captain Slick. I like that name. Thank you for going live. This is Mintastic. Thank you so much, Captain Slick. Really appreciate you. Bailey Radcliffe says, please make a mug with allegedly, maybe, perhaps. I should. Mug and shirt. I just don't know what font to do in the shirt. That's why I need help from somebody who knows how to do this. This is not a super chat. Someone says Jesus was vegan. Hey man, no one cares. Anyway, let's keep going. What are you talking about? Let's find another one. Joyful Lady. Oh, she's telling us more about this video. Recapio is a columnist who wrote a recap with a short outline from an 8-minute short video on the Jimmy Dore YouTube channel. Maybe you can pull it up live. I think maybe is newer than the expose you did. Yeah, it's probably newer because I covered that like a while ago. I covered that stuff because I make videos every day. So if there's anything you think of, you're like, does coach know about this? I probably made a video on it already. It's not bragging, okay? It is kind of bragging because your boy makes a lot of content, okay? I make a lot of more content than a lot of people in here, like Dan Bongino with the It's not a super chat. Someone said, I'm in here like Dan Bongino with the block button. No, I'm not. Okay? I'm not doing it like that. Okay? I'm not. If you don't know, Bongino's been blocking people. It's crazy. He hasn't blocked me though, which is very weird. It makes me think, I'm like, am I a Fed? Am I a Fed? Hold on a second. I'm like, honey, am I a part of the Bureau? And she's like, no, honey. I'm like, are you sure? Dan Bongino hasn't blocked me yet. Loving your live shows. That's from Beck. Thank you so much, Beck. Really appreciate that. Leia loves Jesus. Leia loves Jesus. I love Jesus too. Keep going. 8,000 live now, plus merch. Yes, 100% that's going to happen. That is going to happen. We are going to. Was it at 8,000 at one point? That's crazy. That's amazing. I'm just trying to get the Baron levels, man. Trying to get the Baron Ian levels. right? That's all I'm trying to do right now. See what I can do. We need Candace and Colin collaboration. That would be, to me, that feels weird. That would be weird. I don't know what I would talk about. I don't know what she... If I sat down with her like Baron did, I have no idea what we would talk about. No clue. No clue. I don't know. Because we wouldn't talk about life. So we'd be talking about the case? I don't know. I would have, because if I sat down with her, I would have more questions for her than she could possibly have for me. There's no way she'd have a bunch of questions for me. So I would be interviewing her, which I would be down to do that. I would love to do that because there's many things that I think we all want to know. And I think I'm tapped in enough because I am a part of Candace's fan base that I think I know a lot of questions that you guys would want answered. I think I know a bunch, dozens, in fact, that you would want answered. Like, for example, who were the people you think were trying to handle you? I would love to know that. Who do you think was trying to insert themselves as your handler? That would be great to know. I would love to know who those people are. Do you know the spiritual advisor that Charlie had that was from that X school or that X-Man school? That I would love to know. And then what else did you and Charlie talk about in regards to him dying, in regards to any messages he sent you about dying young? I would just like, what else did you guys talk about? What did he at any time say that he wants you to run Turning Point? I would just love to know that. Like, how much have you guys spoken about everything that's going on? Like that would be the main thing I would focus on 100%. But other than that, I don't know if she'd have anything to ask me, right? But you guys know me. I don't think a lot of myself. I don't take myself too serious. Holy Fire Luna. Colin, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Keep up the fantastic work. Salute my brother. Who's saying that? Who is that? I mean, we can make it a thing if you want. I mean, I'm fine with it. Wendy says, love the lives. Keep us laughing and updated always. That's what I try and do. Where's card is this? Whose card is this? Okay. Says CK always wore black shirts except on September 10th. That's interesting. Did he? Always wear black shirts when he was on with people, right? Let me see that. Let me test that. Let me test out your theory, lady. Okay. Charlie Kirk. Let's just say Charlie Kirk. Debate. Let's just see debate. Let me see if this pops up. Let me see what pops up on X here. He wore suits. I know he would wear suits. Okay, let's see this. He's sitting with somebody. Here's the reveal. Is he wearing black? Is he wearing black? Let's see
voter?
It. He is.
Oh, so I vote and you vote. Talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Than a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you could see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania.
Look.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking to voters.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go.
Also, you can't see it there. Let me just make sure. Let's go back to any time where there it is. Boom. Look at this. Right there. The microphone's on the outside. Right? I always notice that because that's how you're supposed to wear those microphones. You're always supposed to wear those microphones on the outside. You have a wind protector on it, so you never need to protect it by putting it on the inside because of wind. That doesn't make any sense with those microphones. I've been miking people up for a long time. I've had an audio video company for years, and I was doing exactly this. I was at conferences doing stuff like this. You never put those microphones on the inside. If you're a man and you have the least bit of chest hair and that microphone's on the inside, you will hear the scraping of the chest hair. You never put it on the inside. It doesn't make any sense to at all, especially in weather where you have like t-shirts. But again, even if it was cold outside, what you have on top of this thing is called a wind protector. It just makes the audio sound better. So the fact that he has it on the outside here, this is how it's supposed to be worn all the time. The fact that they put it on the inside makes no sense. If it was on the outside and perhaps, maybe, allegedly, something ended up happening with that microphone, you'd want it to be on the inside because then you wouldn't see it happen. If it was on the outside and something like that happened, you'd see it and you'd be like, oh my gosh, buddy's microphone blew up. Just saying. It's a real thing. Real weird. Really weird. Coach, you need StreamYard or something. You won't get to your previous super chats. You know what? I think I have that solved. Because I don't like StreamYard, man. It makes it so you don't see your stuff. You don't see your stuff, man. You guys don't even know, bro. Being held, super chats here. Let me just go. Can I go straight to the let me go to that pop-up chat that Susan told me about. Just shout out to Susan. Boom. I found a whole bunch of them here. Mints are terrible liars. The truth always comes out freshly honest. Refreshingly honest. There we go. And also to the person who said that, always be true. Thank you so much for sending that super chat and for setting me straight there. You're right. I do need to handle this a little better. Joshua says t-shirt mug idea or mug idea, letters and trespassers. What do you mean letters and trespassers? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Joshua? Josh? Yeshua? What are you talking about? I guess. I'll make you one. I don't think everybody else would want one. I'm going to be honest, Josh. I don't think everybody else is going to want this idea that you're talking about. I'll make you one, and I'll send it to you, and you can be happy with it, but the rest of us don't want that, okay? Listen, we're here to be honest, right? I'm a truth seeker, Josh. Catherine Reed says, much love and respect for you from Canada. What is up, Canada? Tell me, Catherine, what do you think about a Canadian channel? Let me know what you think about a Canadian channel. I'm really thinking about dominating Canada. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of just becoming the #1 podcast in Canada. Just no problem, you know? I'm really considering it. We'll see. Somebody else said, come on. And I have to read it? Come on, man. Listen, I love Jesse, okay? Somebody's saying Jesse is only 5'4". Why are you saying that? Why are you doing that? Come on. Don't do that. Even if he is, who cares? You kidding me right now? Even at 5'4", he is still a clear 2 feet taller than Ben Shapiro. Think about that, okay? Think about that. Still 2 feet and a little bit taller than Ben Shapiro, right? Just saying, you got to put things in perspective. And that was Crisis Cast that said that. Magic Maiden says, I just tweeted you a photo. Did you? If you tweet me a photo, believe you me, if it's good, I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna save it. Now get a pic of Erika, early life. Is this you? This might be her. Who's this supposed to be? That's Brian Harpool. When the ink is louder than the credentials. Oh, that's the tattoo that they all have. Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't realize. That's Dan Flood. It's supposed to be Dan Flood. That's Brian Harpool. You can tell. You can tell by the tattoo. Mint Security Solutions. You are fast with it. Some of you guys are really fast with it. You know, I'm just saying. You guys should consider getting jobs in this field. I'm just saying. KJO. Just want to say it correctly because you corrected me yesterday. Says Mr. Mintz, the super chat is autocorrect. Mr. Mintz, this super chat autocorrect is insane. Does anyone know how to turn it off? It is just changing words for no reason. I have no idea, man. You got to check that out. Please hit that like button, guys. Please hit that like button. Really, really appreciate it. Let's keep on going here. I don't know anything about that autocorrect. I don't think you can turn it off. I don't think YouTube has that type of function for you to just turn off something like that. So, oh, Real Baron. Real Baron. Baron says, doodle 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 doodle, whoop whoop. Shout out to Baron for the very generous super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for the idea of doing this. I really, really like doing it. It's really nice on my soul. It feels really good to interact. I love interacting. Matt says, I can make you custom hats or beanies if you want. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it, Matt. Whenever, however you want. Let's do that. Let's figure that out ASAP. Let's do it. I'm in. 100% I'm in. If I could get one that says Philadelphia Mints, if I can get one that says Philadelphia Mints on it, I'm in. I'm wearing that. 100% of the time I'm wearing that. Let's keep going here. What else can we find? Let's dig in the crates. We have that one already. We heard that one already. We heard, oh, she's totally an actor. Yeah, this is Project Constitution talking about Erika. I mean, you know, in actuality, yeah. I mean, she acted in a movie, right? I mean, she acted in a movie. People who are on reality television, they are considered actors as well because they are prompted from time to time by the producers to do certain things. I know a few people who have worked on a few reality shows that are very well known, and the producers control way more than you think they would. They have way more of a control on things than they're letting on. It's not as reality as you would think. So yeah, I mean, she acts. She definitely acts. Oh, Cohen Film. Shout out to Cohen Film, the person who got Candace to say Philadelphia. He writes in, Coach, brilliant because a microphone under the shirt will pick up nothing but the shirt's rubbing noises. Yeah, I know. And shout out to you, man. That's what a guy this is. He doesn't even acknowledge the fact that he got Candace to say Philadelphia. He doesn't even acknowledge it. He comes with something else to say. Just, I mean, this is Mikey McCoy energy all over, okay? And a lot of you, let me be clear, a lot of you could learn a thing or two because you got Blake energy. You want to shift away from the Blake energy and you want to bring it over to Mikey McCoy energy, okay? I'm just saying. A lot of you guys got to figure that out. What an insult that is. In the Charlie Kirk universe of things, it's such an insult to be called Blake, you know? Second time on this live, you are the only one I've ever sent a super to. Lean in to your impressions. You are hilarious. Do your skit idea maybe once a week. We need more laughs. Whoop, whoop. That would be great. I would love to do a sketch show. You have no idea. I've been dreaming of doing a sketch show for the longest time. Longest time I've wanted to do a sketch show. It's just so hard to get the people together, you know? Unless I do like an AI thing like Jake TV does. That's the only thing I can think of. But thank you so much, Cohen. Cohen, really, really appreciate you. You did it. You got her to say it, you know? And you listen, I didn't ask for that. I'm not asking for people to get her to say all of our code words here. You know, it's not necessary, but you know, it was very fun to see. Very, very fun. Fit Cali Chick says, love your show, your humor, your authenticity is refreshing. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Let me keep going here. RDR says, oh, like RDR, like Hardy Har. Is that what that is? Is that a pun? Is that a pun in a name? Okay. Well, I like it. Was watching your old Look Into It podcast and you came in. Must have been a dream to talk with Eddie Bravo. Can I tell you something? For those of you that don't know Eddie Bravo, he's like Joe Rogan's best friend. And someone who watches the show, his guy who does all of his social media, like he's almost like a producer of sorts. He films Eddie's events when he does jujitsu and stuff. He was a big watcher of the show. He wanted me to cover some of Eddie's music because Eddie also makes music. And I never got around to it. And he was like, you know what? He's like, past that. He's like, Eddie, you should sit down and talk with Eddie. And I'm like, okay, I would do that. Shout out to Mike Plaster. That's who it is. Like, love you, man. You're amazing. He's one of those guys, felt like soul family. Like as soon as I met him, I was like, I feel like I've sat down with this guy before. So he gets me in touch with Eddie, and I think this is a trick. I don't think of myself as much, so I think this is a trick. This guy's like saying, like, he's messaging me saying he's Eddie Bravo. I'm like, this guy's not Eddie Bravo. Like, this guy's Joe Rogan's best friend. I'm like, there's no way. And it turns out it is him. We do the podcast. We talk for like 2.5 hours, and it was amazing. If you guys know who Eddie Bravo is, you've seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast. All the stuff that he has covered with Joe Rogan. He's the one that sat down with Balix Tones and they had that epic podcast. I mean, Eddie is just a legend. And the thing about Eddie is, it did feel like a dream because Eddie is literally, I mean, here, I'm not going to play anything. Let me just see Eddie here. Show me Eddie. He's sitting down with Brendan Schaub and Joe Rogan in this one. Where's Eddie? Where's Eddie at? I haven't played one of these clips in a long time. Let me see Eddie. Come on, show me Eddie's face. Look, Eddie's just, he's too in. You know what Theo Vaughn said about Eddie? He said he's like a blind chihuahua that got outside of a car. And Joe's like, what do you mean? He's like a blind chihuahua outside of the car. He's like, because you can't get him back in. The second that he goes off, he's just screaming and barking, and you can't get him back into the car because he's blind. It was a really weird joke, but it kind of makes sense. So that's Eddie Bravo if you don't know Eddie Bravo. And let me tell you something about Eddie Bravo. He's exactly who he seems like he is. Like, to a T. It is not made up. It is not for show. He is exactly who he says he is. I have his phone number. The last time he was on Joe Rogan's show, I messaged him and I said, you did great. That was amazing. And we were talking about the Shroud of Turin, which is like this fabric that has Jesus's imprint on it. And he was talking about that on the show. And I just messaged him because I just thought he did so great on there. And the last thing he said to me was, Jesus is Lord. And he said it like in all caps. Like he's just really who he says he is. It's like wild. It's wild to interact with him. Great guy. And it was like a dream. It was nuts. Couldn't believe it. I want him. We kind of did a crossover. I did his show and then I also put it on my channel, but I would love to sit down with him again and just talk to him about stuff. You saw this on YouTube. If you saw it on his channel, you probably saw the full thing. It's also on my Spotify. I put the whole thing because there is a like 40-minute chunk that I just could not put on this platform where we talk about all sorts of things and I give my stance on various things from 2020 and whatnot. Emily Johnston says, do you do stand-up comedy? You are hilarious and should take it on tour. I heard my kid say, hey, bro, don't discount yourself. What? I heard my kid say, hey, bro, don't discount yourself. You're a human too. Go Max, sir. Your kid said that? You have a good kid. You have a really good kid. That's an amazing thing for a kid to say. Yeah, I do stand up. It's definitely not like I'm not like a famous stand-up comedian. It's like I still go to open mics, right? Like sometimes you go to clubs, but like, you're working stuff out a lot of the time. I've done paid gigs and stuff like that, but it's been more open mics. You go to hundreds of open mics all the time. So I've done like a lot of working out. That's what they call it, working out. I've done a lot of that. And I do want to take this on tour. I do want to do like the podcast live, but then the intro would be like stand-up comedy where I'm actually standing so you can see my legs. I do have legs. Be very clear. I have them. There's 2 of them. They're quite nice, actually. Not as hairy as you think they'd be. And I want to do that. And I also want to have legit stand-up comedians, because I know a few who are like really legit. And like one of them is Dino Archie. He's a great stand-up comedian. He was just performing on the front of like 5,000 people. I talk to him all the time. I would love to get him on stage because he's really cool. And then, you know, find somebody else and give people like a real, not just the live podcast, but a real stand-up comedy experience at the same time. That's my vision to when I go live. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to have some really good comedian. You know, I open up the show, they perform, I do the live podcast, or vice versa. I probably close out the show because it's my damn show. And right, I close out the show, have a real good stand-up comedy comedian, that's what it's called. Comedian do like 20 minutes. I do like 10 minutes at the beginning. He does like 20 minutes in the middle. And then we end it with the live podcast for like 30, 40 minutes. I think that would be pretty cool. That's my vision for that whole thing. And you know what? Actually, Trigger Smart, because I was talking with Trigger Smart, and he gave me the idea, because I was making it into a big thing. He was like, why don't you just do a 3-day tour? He's like, why don't you just pick a city? He's like, just be there for 3 days. And he's like, and just go from there. And I was like, that's true. Let's just break it down like that. So I'm thinking of doing that. Let's keep going here. What else we got? Oh, Sparky. Erika and most politicians are accustomed to taking direction right before taking the stage to an extent. They don't bother to remember what they've already said. This explains the continuity errors. You know what? That's true. That's 100% true. There's a lot of times where they just do not remember that's exactly what I was explaining about The Rock. They just don't remember what they've said. They're like, somebody looks at them. I don't know who this person is. Right? Somebody looks at them and says, listen, this is what we're trying to convey. This is what you need to touch on. You know, this is what the crowd's looking for. You know, remember, probably writing out speeches for them and stuff like that. So remember what we wrote, remember what to emphasize, and then they just go out there. And I think you're right. I think you're right. Because for her, especially with this Make Heaven Crowded tour, I don't know, man. Listen, if I just say what I think, I don't think she's writing her speeches. I don't think what we're seeing, I think what we're being made to believe is that she's just like Charlie and she's filling in for Charlie perfectly. That's what we're made to believe. But I think it's very much scripted. There is no room for error. There is no room for improv of any kind. And we're getting, again, I say a vessel, and I don't mean it as an insult. I just mean exactly what you're saying. Someone's an actor, and they're just saying what they're told to say. They're doing what they're told to do. You know? She's not sitting there like, guys, come in here. I think it's time that we send this letter to Candace. I was reading over this contract recently, and I noticed that there's a disparagement clause. And I just think that we really have to reel this in. So I want to release a statement. Andrew, you can help me with that. I've already drafted something up. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's not. It's not. You can say it is, but it's not. There's no way. There's just no way. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. And it's not like because she's a woman or something. It's because I just don't think she has that. I think they're pushing it like as if she's this massively smart person and really, really just this titan, a perfect CEO. That's what Tyler called her. She's the perfect CEO. It's what are you talking about? What are you saying? Let me tell you something. I have a few friends that are CEOs. Guess what? No one has to die for them to become CEOs. Because they're really good CEOs. People, why didn't Charlie say, you know what? I'm the founder. You need to be the CEO. Why didn't that happen? You know what? There's another comment. This is not a super chat. There's another person that wrote something, and I think that it is excellent. And I have to show you. I have to say it for you guys. Here, where is it? This person basically wrote, yeah, I can't find it. Oh, there, I found it. They said, let me get this straight. Charlie received death threats constantly. Figured out someone actually wanted to put him in the ground any day now. So he decided that the mother of his kids should take over and expose herself to similar death threats. That reasoning makes no sense, especially knowing that he didn't support the idea of mothers to young children dedicating their time to a busy career, let alone his own kids. It's not like she's hurting for money. Sounds like a BS story to me. I think whoever said that, the soaring sprite, you hit the nail on the head. Just damage that nail on the head perfectly. You know, I think that's, I don't know. It seems so fugazi. That's all I can say. It seems so fugazi. Anyway, let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. We got Vanti. Check your old super chats. His husband. Oh, his husband. Talking about Macron. I can check the old ones, but it's only showing me ones from like a day ago. So it's like, why are you showing me these things from a day ago? I am Coach Colin's mod. Finger so you can. Candace. We need everyone to. I'm not even gonna say this. Somebody's saying that something it's not bad. They're saying everybody needs to do something to me, like for me to be on Candace. I think you worded that wrong. Ben Bankus is tight. Yeah. Ben Bankus would be somebody too. Ben Bankus would be a great one. I was supposed to be on Ben Bankus's podcast way back when he was doing shows in a park, because he wouldn't stop doing shows during the 2020 era. He would not stop, and I was supposed to be on he was supposed to be on my podcast, and we never got around to it, and we never reconnected, and I wish we did. But yeah, he's excellent. Ben is excellent. He's a really funny guy. And he's, again, one of those guys where it's like that's how he is. It doesn't change when he gets off stage. It's very much the same. Psst, you missed my first super chat. What do you mean I missed it? How did I miss it? Cohen's telling me I missed it. I really do have to figure out how to get all of these chats in line. I really got to figure it out, guys. Let me see here. Top chat? No. Live chat? What's this do? Oh my gosh, I figured it out, boys. Boys and girls, your boy figured it out. There we go. Now it's showing only super chats. Beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted. Now we're locked and loaded. How long have I been going at this? It's only 2.5 hours. Let's do another 30 minutes of these at least. I'll keep going. AC Movement 59 says, how long before we stop saying Philadelphia? Pittsburgh. Listen, I'm not stopping, okay? I'm trying to survive out here, okay? I'm saying Philadelphia. I'm making shirts and hats that say Philadelphia. What does that tell you? Okay? AC Movement 59. What does that tell you, sir and or ma'am? What does that tell you? I'm in it for the long haul. Always Be True says Utah was the perfect place to have it. That's why this event came to life in 7 weeks. We need to know who sent the request for the UVU event on July 18th and decided to get in front of the line with a September 10th date. That's interesting. July 18th. I'm pretty sure I covered this, but now the date stands out to me even more, because July 18th is just, wow. July 18th. This is very interesting. July 18th is it's the day after Tucker spoke at that Turning Point event. Because that event I believe it ran from the 15th to the 17th. It could have been from the 16th to the 18th. But either way, Tucker speaks, Dave Smith and Josh Hammer debate. And then, so directly after that event, somebody put in that they wanted an event to happen at UVU. And then it got to the front of the line, like Always Be True is saying. It got to the front of the line right after. Man, man, telling you that guy was surrounded, just surrounded, and he knew it, and he knew it. Chris Hogan says you still got that money in your hand from that angel, coach. That money in your hand from that angel? No, I do not. I do not. Is that Angel Project Constitution that you're talking about? That angel? Tater Tot 6600. Utah has lots of abuse and ritual cases. Weird ritual cases. There's a channel called We Are the People Utah. It connects politics to super heavy. But feeling the Tyler Robinson and Lance possibly part. I'm not messing this up. This is what they wrote. Feeling the TR, which I assume is Tyler Robinson, and Lance possibly part. Now, I'm guessing you're saying that they're a part of stuff like this, possibly, allegedly, maybe, perhaps. That's what you're saying? Yes. Okay, I could see that. Honestly, you know what? There is a documentary. My wife watches The Real Housewives, and that's what I say because I don't want to say that I watch The Real Housewives, so I say my wife does, but I'm always in the room, and I'm always staring at the TV when she's watching it, so I guess I watch it too. But there's one that is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and there's one lady who left the church. She pretty much got excommunicated. She left the church, right? And she actually ended up doing a spin-off documentary where she talks about that whole thing. And she's focusing on a different part, but within the first 30 minutes of episode 1, it's really interesting. She starts talking exactly what this person just said. She starts talking about rituals that they do in the church. Weird rituals I've never heard of before. She says they do these weird rituals in the church. I was really surprised by that. Really surprised by that. I didn't know that was a thing that they would do, but apparently they do. No, had no idea. Very odd. So it made perfect sense why the agency recruits from there, because, allegedly, maybe, perhaps, these guys are very into secrecy. They're very into keeping things quiet. They're very close knit. It's like everything you need in an agent. Everything. Not saying they all are, but I'm just saying if you're going to grab one from somewhere, you should grab them from there, right? Like, makes sense. Someone just said right here, I'm grabbing them from both. I have my phone. I have the screen. I don't know how to say this name. Oh, Ian. Oh, Ian Climeccock, cough. I said cough. Climecca. Listen, I'm just calling you Ian, okay? Keep up the firework. We are the Philadelphia Experiment. There you go. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Captain Slick, once again, get beanies in your merch. Beanie Fund. I'm 100% down for beanies in the merch. I need them. I wear them more than anything, right? Wear them way more than pants. Let's go here. Crazy cat lady. Crazy cat lady. Cat spelled with a K. So thankful for all that you do, especially breaking down what goes on X. I'm still trying to figure out X. X is a very odd thing. If you don't know how X works, it must look crazy to you. It must look insane. It's nuts. If you don't understand what's happening when you're on X, Glory Ball just gives a little wave. Hello, Gloria. My bad. Project Constitution saying what up there. What is up? And thank you so much, Project Constitution. If you're still here, man, much love to you. Really appreciate you. I put your channel up there for the hopes that people will subscribe, because I think you should be out here with us doing your thing. Sandy Olson says, "Hey coach, love your breakdowns. Whoop whoop." Thank you so much, Sandy. Let's keep going here. We got a whole bunch. Oh, this is beautiful. Cravel or Crave? Cravel. That's not a name. Cravel? Hey, I'm going to call you Craig. How about that? Kidding. Lori F., which is Erika's mom, and Tyler B., that would be Tyler Borer, were Erika and Charlie's handlers tried multiple times to set them up, had to get Erika to get with him. It worked. They kept going. I'm not messing this up. This is what this person wrote. It worked. They kept going. Now Erika is so far gone. Interesting. They were trying to set them up. I wonder, because I don't know when Charlie met Tyler. I wonder. Because it does speak to the whole Truman Show aspect of things. That they actually met each other, got together. You know? It does speak to that. I wonder if that's what actually happened. If that's what actually took place. Right? They were set up. But then the thing about it is that Charlie tells the story of inviting her for a job interview, and he just wanted time to talk to her and said, hey, we should date. There's no job, but hey, let's go on a date. Right? So it's like, who prompted him to do that? Did Tyler say, hey, this is how you should approach this? I don't know. Right? I mean, there is the case, and Erika said this. I'm positive she said something along these lines. She said that when she was on the way to Philadelphia once, they were both on a Philadelphian excursion all through the wonderful sights of Kensington, Philadelphia. She said that she saw Charlie and she thought, whoa, look at that guy, because he's so tall. And she was like, look at that guy. And her mom was like, hey, you should go holler at that guy. So it kind of speaks to what you're saying here. That could be a possibility. Project Constitution, she's totally an actor. I already read that one. Let's keep going. Oh, man. Let's see. UT Graham Share says, Colin, we are not mad. We love you in Utah. Oh no, they're watching, guys. Guys, they're watching. Oh no, they're watching. I'm kidding. We love you in Utah. Lived here all 55 years of my life. We agree with you. Tyler Robinson's dad said he has tried to move out of judge court and to switch attorneys. They have zero trust with it all. Whoa, really? Whoa, okay. Whoever you are, right? UT Graham, if you have X, message me on X. I would love to talk to you about this. You can email me as well. My email is my website. You can go to my website and contact me. It goes straight to an email. The contact page, it goes straight to an email. If you could tell me more about this, I would love to hear it, because I have not heard anything about. Well, actually, Candace kind of touched on it, that Tyler's dad has tried to move out of judge court. Now, I don't fully know what that means. Move out of judge court to switch attorneys, to switch attorneys, to switch out attorneys. That's what you're saying? That's really interesting. And he doesn't have any trust in them. That's really interesting. I would love to know more about that. Please reach out to me, UT Graham. Stay Humble 84. Diaper Dandy Fund. Thank you so much for that. You are our voice. Everybody who has the means to donate should. We cannot be silenced. Keep up the great work. Whoop, whoop. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. 7.6K in the chat. Spam that heart, y'all. 100%, definitely. And please hit that like button, guys. Whoever is left in here, please hit that like button. It changes everything. You have no idea how much it changes a video and how it performs when you hit that like button. Gerard Rodriguez, or Jerio, or Gary, Gerri, Gary. Hey, it's fine that you spell it that way. Fine. I have no problem. Fine. Okay. Jim Baker, 80s and 70s to 80s. Falwell Senior, 80s. Interesting. Jim Baker, 70 to 80s. Falwell, senior, 80s. Now Turning Point and Pastors. Same demons, different names. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've already been talking about the Holy Mob. I've been doing a whole bunch of research into these not factions, but these organizations that are, you know, similar to Turning Point. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of names that keep reoccurring throughout the whole thing. Rob McCoy's one of them. I mean, he's literally in touch with everybody everywhere. Turning Point, Calvary, obviously, Cornerstone, Build Up Korea, Standing for Freedom. He's literally has a hand in each one. Maybe not a hand of power like a president or a founder, like nothing like that, but he definitely has influence in each and every one. It's very interesting to see. There's a lot of that. So yeah, you're right. But at the same time, it's not exactly the same. Well, there's the same demons, quote unquote. We'll say same people put throughout the whole thing. But at the same time, when you look at it, it's they're very different entities in regards to who's getting funding, who's not. They become very the same when something needs to be done. Like when Charlie needed to be at the center of everything in Turning Point Faith, there's a lot of people who came together to make sure that happened from all of these organizations. It's really interesting to see. And, you know, Candace is right to really question it and go deep into it because it gets really dark. Ian did a video on it as well, on the Moonies, the whole Mooney thing. I have to watch that still. I only caught a little bit of it. I have to watch more of it. But yeah, man, there's something going on there. There's definitely something going on there. And Turning Point Faith was made to be exactly like what's going on in Korea right now. That's what that's supposed to be. It's at the center of everything. And also it's like it was such a power, I'll say it could have been such a power grab because the guy that was at the center of Turning Point Faith and at the center of all these organizations could have ended up being president. A lot of power, There's always people in the background, you know? And then, you know, Rob McCoy would have been right along with him. Steve 1026 says it's Coach Colin, not Couch. Y'all put some respect on his name. Have a mintastic day. Now, here's the thing, Steve. All right? Glad that you corrected the couch part, but you spelled my name with 2 L's. And if you look at the corner where my name is, there's 1 L. Huh? How about that? How about that, Steve? Okay? People who spell Colin with 2 L's, okay, if you're a Colin and you spell it with 2 L's, you're not like me. I spell mine with 1. My grandfather spelled his with 1. My son will spell his with 1. Okay? All right? I'm sorry. Sorry to go off like that, guys. This is a serious matter. It's Colin with 1 L. Feline Revolution says, I would love to help by being your mod. I guess I have to talk to people. I'm very old school. Because my buddy's just like, just make anybody a mod. Who cares? And I'm like, don't you have to talk to a person? Don't I have to talk to him at least on the phone? I'm real old school. I feel like I should see you face to face so I can know if you're a Fed or not. But I mean, you know, like my researcher, like I gotta talk to my researcher. I'm like, this guy knows so much. I'm like, how do you know so much? How do you get so much information right away? How'd you get access to this document? You know? Then he's like, click on it. I'm like, what? Is this Pegasus? Is this Pegasus? You guys don't even know what Pegasus is. It's made by Philadelphia. Really good product. Look into it. KJO says once again, pulled a Rick James with the click. Philly got you now. No, I didn't click anything. I didn't click anything. She told me to click something that was there. Okay? Maybe they did. Maybe that's how they get you. I don't know. But I didn't click anything she gave me. Okay? Susan coming after me, sending me emails. Had access to my email so quickly. How'd you get my email so quick, Susan? You know? Maybe you're right, KJ. Maybe you're right. Her Kind says, so happy you will be live weekdays. Yes, it will be Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to put out standalone videos like I usually do. And then Monday, we'll get right back to it. So happy you'll be live weekdays. I work nights and I'll come home and spend my mornings with you before I go to bed. I'm praying for you. Christ is King. Thank you so much. Working nights is rough. I worked nights for years. Like a vampire. You're just rushing to get home. That's all you want to do. Is you want to just be done before the sun comes out. You're rushing to get home before the sun gets out so you can actually go to bed. Oh man, it's the worst. It was the worst. I mean, I'm sure it's nice for you. I'm sure it is. For me, it was terrible. Because I used to smoke weed back in the day. You can't be a weed smoker and like work at night. It's like the worst thing ever because you just want to go to sleep. Cleveland, Ohio says, of course I'll be a mod. No need to ask me. No need. So I can just make you a mod right now. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody being willing to support. I really, really do. Project Constitution, the way TPS Turning Point fired her was completely heartless. Yeah, it was really heartless. It was really weird. And, you know, there are just people who are on the right now who are just like, well, she said a thing that's unacceptable, so of course she should be fired that way. And it's like, weren't you just saying that people on the left do that and it's gross when they do it? And now all of a sudden, because, you know, now it's Turning Point. Now all of a sudden it's cool to do it. It's really weird. We're seeing a lot of people on the right just become straight up lefties, or at least what they would classify as a lefty. It's really weird to see. Pitsy R says, someone in the chat named I am Coach Colin's mom, I am Coach Colin's mod, claiming to be your moderator. Why are they doing that? I don't know. I don't know, Pitsy. I don't know who that person is. If I go down, listen, when I'm done, if that turns out to not be my wife, it's going to be an issue. I'm going to be like, who was that? My wife's going to be like, I don't know. It wasn't me. I was sleeping. Me and the baby were sleeping. That's what she's going to say for sure. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out. Tiffany, Godspeed Holmes, WA. Yay, I finally caught you live. Yes, you did. Thank you so much. I'm with you on Balix Tones. Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad what's happening, you know? If we have another back and forth, you know, we'll see what happens. Holly J says absolutely nothing. Hello, Holly. You know, I know some people just like to be a fly on the wall, you know. Oh, Grumpy Knuckles. Once again, your rants are epic and annoying at the same time. We love you. May the Most High keep you. Thank you. Danker Friday Coffee Fund. I actually have my coffee right here, and it's so cold. And I can't drink it a lot because you may not know this about your boy. Your boy has a small bladder. So your boy is fighting to not have to go to the washroom. So I don't drink any water when I wake up because I don't want to have to run off camera at all. So I'm dehydrated right now. I'm going to hydrate up as soon as I get off of here, which we'll do in a few minutes. Holly J says corporations equals corpse equals no soul. I like that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, not all corporations are like that, but you know, the regular ones. I don't even know the word I'm trying to find. You know, the regular examples of that. They're usually exactly like that. That's why I always hated working jobs, because it felt like no one cared about me, and I hated the feeling of having to be at this place where no one cared about me. You know, it was really annoying. Someone says Erika and Turning Point is crumbling slowly but surely. Yeah, I mean, just making the wrong moves. Project Constitution says it's wrong channel. Well, was it the wrong channel or was it the backup channel? I know I was showing your backup channel. Let me see. What's the right channel? Let me see here. Let's pull it up. What's the right channel? Let me see here. Let me put this in. This is what he says it is. Bro, nothing came up. Nothing came up, bro. What do you mean? Here, let me separate the two words. Maybe something will come up here. The same thing popped up. What's the problem, man? The same exact channel popped up. What do you mean? There's no other channel. It's all the backup. That's the ones that pop up. What do you want? What do you want from me, bro? I'm trying to shout you out here. Let me see if there is a lot of these guys. Let's keep going through this. What is this? Oh, that's not a name, man. That's not a name. Cabapple Jack? Cabapple Jack? Come on, man. Coach, are you sure you're right? Are you sure you're right? Because Paramount Tact. What does that mean? What are you saying? What are you saying? You didn't even finish the sentence. Hey. You okay? Did you have a stroke? Yeah, the stroke while he was writing the super chat. I'll say yes. I'll say yes to that. Whatever that question is there, okay? Somebody else, Ethan says, your daily bread peasant. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Please, sir, may I have some more? It's funny you say your daily bread. I say that prayer every single night. Give us this day our daily bread. Always be true says the like to view ratio is pretty great. Gotta say, good job, folks. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. It helps so much. You have no idea. Cabapple Jack, again, Cabapple Jack, but coach, we are not on X. We rely on you. Well, you can rely on me. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know what's going on. Okay. Tiffany, oh, it's not Tiffany Well. Oh, I mispronounced it. My bad. Tiffany Wiel. That's proof that they are untouchable. Who's proof that they're untouchable? You got to explain the whole thing when you put it out there, and then I can go back and forth with you on it. Aqua. I'm just gonna say Aqua because you got a whole bunch of other letters here, and it's not a name. Watch the Total Recall fight with Arnold and Sharon. Oh man. For you younger folk that don't know about Total Recall, good Lord, man, that's exactly what Charlie's life seems like. Total Recall, if you don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a newer one with Colin Farrell, but the one with Arnold and Sharon Stone, I mean, it's epic. It's so epic. So, Total Recall, if you don't know, basically they're in the future and you could have a vacation and they put something in your brain so you just like experience this fun vacation. It's so you can't, because Earth is in a way, or I think they're on Mars, I'm not sure, but either way, their atmosphere is shot, so they can't go anywhere. So the only way you can have vacations is inside of your mind, okay? So you get to have these crazy vacations. You can be a super spy, you can be a hero, you can do this, you can do that. You get to choose the woman that you like, everything. You choose everything. You're a super spy, this, that, so many different things. And basically, Arnold has it done. He breaks out, but he's in it. It's this weird thing where you don't know if he's imagining it or if he's going crazy or if it's the actual vacation experience. And at what point he's with his wife, who is Sharon Stone, who is in one of those old school, those old school workout things where they have suspenders and she's like pulling on the suspenders, and it's a wild scene. But he figures out that his blonde, very blue-eyed, beautiful wife is actually a Fed of sorts. And they get into this like fight scene. It's pretty wild. And he figures out like, oh, you're a part of this. Like I thought, and she's like, I love you, baby, I love you. It's very much like the Truman Show where he figures out his wife is in on it. Man, that's a great movie. That's one of those old movies that you could still watch. I think it's from the early 90s. You could still watch that movie like it came out yesterday. I mean, that movie's great. The story is just so good. Jolin, like Colin, Jolin the Dream. I'm glad everyone is coming out on the lives to support you, Coach, but please stay uniquely you. Don't let collaborations change the way you do your channel. Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't let it change the way I do channels, but you are supposed to evolve also. Evolve into things that you're supposed to do. So it's a combination. You're not supposed to always stay the same, but the reasons that you change have to be because of conversations that you've had with God or with the universe, however you do your thing. Me, myself, I spoke with God about all this, and it was a yes all the way, honestly. Again, Mr. Rodriguez, or Rodriguez? No, it's Rodriguez. Perfect. From coach to Candace and everyone else on the team, thank you. Mentors versus mentors. I love the puns. I love them so much. Kabapple Jack. Kabapple Jack? He's back again. I need the lore. Do you call it Philadelphia because Mr. Yahoo graduated from the University of Philadelphia? Tell the truth. Don't be a Mikey McCoy. Who graduated from the University of Philadelphia? No way. What? Hold on a second. Let me check this out. What are you talking about? There's no way. If I who you're talking about, there's no way they No way. He graduated from Philadelphia? No way, Phil. What? No. Prime Minister lived in the Philadelphia suburbs during his teenage years. What? He attended high school in Pennsylvania 1963 to 67. He played soccer in a chess club. He was active in the debate team. His family moved to the U.S. in 1963 when his father began teaching in the now University of Pennsylvania. He graduated but missed his ceremony due to enlisting in the Philadelphia Army. Wow. His connection to Philadelphia remains a point of discussion in 2025. Wow. I had no idea. I promise you, I had no idea that he had this connection to Philadelphia. Wow. I had zero idea that that was a thing. That is not even something that would come to my mind. Someone said I need a catheter. Oh, because I have a small bladder. But the thing about it is the catheter would have to be like this long. It would have to be so long, and I'd have to go. It'd have to be such a big catheter. You have no idea, and it'd have to be thick. All right. Let's put that joke away. I'm sorry. You said catheter. It just came out. I'm sorry. Let's put that joke away. But I had no idea he had that connection to Philadelphia, and I'm so glad that I just found that out. Thank you so much. It makes everything make so much more sense. That's crazy. I did not know, though. I heard that Wolves in Finance deleted all of his videos regarding Turning Point. Is that true? I haven't looked. I don't think it's true. And we can look that up right now. I don't think it's true, though. I heard that as well. I heard that this morning before I jumped on here. And the person who said it, someone else called it out, and they were like, all his videos are still there. So let's go here. Here, check it out. Let's look. Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm seeing Charlie's face right there. Let's check. Let's check videos. Let's check. So the lawsuit one's still there. Then one from 12 days ago. So 5 days to 12 days. Is that his regular type of schedule? 2 weeks. No, he still has this one up. Right? This is his More Fraud Allegedly. That's what he changed the title to. He has Tim Pool there. No, another Turning Point one. He put allegedly. No, he hasn't deleted. No. Look, even here. There's another one. He put allegedly. I love that he's doing that over and over again. Yeah, no. His truth about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, no, they still seem like they're there. I mean, unless there was more. I have not kept up with his channel like that. Unless he had more before. I don't know. But it seems like they're still there. Let's keep going here. Man, I got a hard out, and I know my wife's gonna get mad because we have to leave right away. Tab Fam says 9222. Says nothing. Just says this. Soko Feather. I talk about why Candace and Tucker are promoting the Melania movie. I have no idea why they're promoting that movie. I don't even. Oh, that movie. That looks so. I don't know. I'm sure it's riveting, but I don't know. Like, why are they promoting it? I have no idea, because she doesn't seem to particularly like the Prez right now. She doesn't seem to particularly care for him. So I don't know. Maybe they care. Maybe it's because she has a lot of, all the cases that Candace keeps popping up with, all these weird cases that keep happening, Romanian angel type stuff. Melania fights against that quite a bit. She's been very outspoken about that. Maybe that's why. I have no idea otherwise. And Tucker is, he's in with them. He's family. It's Uncle Tucker. I'm sure. Eric and Barron, they're calling him Uncle Tucker for sure. Woody says, regarding the mint, Brian Harpole has said it's a suppository. Oh yeah, I said that. That was hilarious, man. That's amazing. Please, no suppository memes. Please. If you're going to cover Canada, start with Jeremy McKenzie and James Top. I will look into those names. Okay. Who are they? What do they do? Let me know. Just tagged you in one. Hope you like it. I will see it soon. New here. Love the show. Please explain your code words. We did that already. The Angry Viking. Get it straight, guys. Oh, yeah. That's the turning point. US gay. Somebody just says thumbs up. Thank you so much. Another one says nothing. Thank you so much. Let me keep going here. Recapio, this person already said. Jimmy Dore has an expose there. Thank you very much. I gotta like them as I keep going. CK always wore black shirts. You were right about that. You were 100% right about that. Whose card is this? 100% right. Vanit says, don't think you saw the design on X, so I posted it as a reply on your latest tweet. Let me know what you think. Okay. I think maybe I did see that. I think I did see it, actually. I think I did see it. Hi, Coach. Since everyone was so obvious, why didn't DF hold up a sign? Go now. We need a meme. Who the hell's DF? Who's DF, man? You guys are getting real coded. And this is Cohen Film, the great Cohen Film, who decided to get Candace to say Philadelphia. Thank you so much for that. You have no idea. Fellow Leanderthal here. Love your show. How you doing, neighbor? Yeah, Leander's the best. I know it's outside of Austin, but it's still great. Coach, I am Coach Colin's mod. Says 8K people watching, 4,800 likes. Hit the like. Who are you? Who are you? Came for the live, stayed for the plot twist, left as the cup and shirt designer. Oh, holler. Tara Brooks. Thank you so much. If you could ask Tyler Robinson 3 questions, what would it be? Oh man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. What were the 3 questions be that I would ask Tyler Robinson? I don't know, actually. Because you can't just be like, hey, you part of Mortal Kombat Ultra? I guess I would ask him, were you... I would just go real basic, because it would say a lot. Were you on the campus? Right? 3 questions that I guess he has to tell the truth to, because he could lie to me. So if he has to tell the truth, were you on campus? Did you take the shot? Was Lance involved? If he had to answer those 3 questions, like, were you on campus? If he says no, then it's like, okay, this is crazy. Did you take the shot? If he was on campus, if it was a yes, did you actually take the shot? If he says yes, then we know exactly what happened. If he says no, then it's like, what the hell? And was Lance involved? Like, who else was involved? It wasn't just him. It couldn't be. It couldn't possibly just be him. That wouldn't make any sense. I don't know. We'll see. Someone says, yay, caught you live. Been listening for 1.5 months, twice a day. Appreciate the truth and the laughs and the tinfoil. Thank you so much. Coach, I can't move past the fact that there's a Satanist in the TP, the Turning Point Advisory Board. Even a Satanist would think it's a little weird. The guy's not Paul Vallely. Paul E. Vallely is not actually a Satanist. The person that he co-wrote the book Mind War, Major Michael, I think it's Aquino is his last name. He was a high level in the Church of Satan. So he's not on the advisory board. Paul is on the advisory board. So little bit of separation, but it's still all weird. I mean, when you look into both guys, I mean, it's pretty wild what they came up with. I thought Philadelphia was It's For Real. Nope. And let's keep going here. There's a bunch more. Let me keep going. Crabapple Jack, once again. So you missed my creative thought up super chats. No, I found them. We found them all. I'm pretty sure, unless there's more. Wait a minute. A minute. Wait a minute. Sandy, thank you so much for that, Sandy. Really appreciate it. Matt says there's a video on your X I put up of an acrylic patch being engraved. Keep up the good work, and the lives are definitely appreciated. Okay, I'll check that out. Because I definitely need to make something. Like, I want to have merch up at least by the end of the month. Like a whole new line of merch. I'm going to keep Soul Not For Sale because that's like the soul of the podcast and something that I've always clung to. But the rest of it, I want to switch out and just bring in a bunch of new stuff. Hey, you brighten my day. Lots of love from Sweden. That's Franz Bulldog. Much love from Sweden. It's so wild when I hear like a place like that. Somebody's watching all the way from there. It's crazy. Foxy Shadow says we need a condensed version to help spread the word. Maybe where you give the rundown with links to your casts for the parts they're interested in to see receipts. Condensed version of what? This live? I'll work on getting chapters. I think that would be the thing to do. But even that wouldn't be. What we really need is Ian's web. Somebody message Ian about this web thing. I'm supposed to be getting access to this thing. I really want to use that thing. Somebody said, "Oh, it's pronounced C. Liz Bear." Okay. Thank you very much. I knew someone who built historic Pilgrim reconstruction buildings. The person on the show was supposed to build them themselves. He used modern machinery in the background. Okay. All right. What does that mean? Were we talking about something like that? I don't know. Are we just talking? See Liz Bear? Or are we just having a conversation, you and I? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. What else? What are you doing today? You eating anything? What are you gonna eat? Dinner. What are you doing for dinner? You just chilling? I don't know. I don't remember talking about that. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. Seco or Esco 313 Ooch says, I missed your first live, but I'm glad I'm here now. I'm happy I've got someone live in the morning. Congratulations and keep it coming. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hello from Lebanon, the neighbors of Philadelphia that are still dropping mints on our kids. Still dropping mints on our kids every single day. Allegedly, maybe, perhaps. Oh my God. Wow. Well done with the code words there. Well done from Lebanon. And stay safe, please, if you're actually over there. Wow, crazy. Congrats on baby number 2. Will you let us know when the baby is here? Praying for an easy delivery. Mom of 4, 10, 5, 2, and 1. Kids are the best. They are the best. And you guys will probably not know when the baby comes because your boy is a professional. So when I am going to deliver when my wife goes to deliver, I'm going to have videos set up and thumbnails and everything ready to go. This is a machine. It's just going to keep on running. And then all of a sudden I'll be back and you guys will be none the wiser. That's how I did it last time too. You know, last time my wife was in labor, luckily she didn't want me to touch her or anything, but I was making a thumbnail in the hospital room. I was like, I gotta Joe Rogan face, make sure Joe Rogan's mad. And luckily, she didn't want me to like. She was like, leave me alone. Whenever she would have a contraction, she'd be like, leave me alone, don't touch me. So it was okay, but it was wild. I don't want to have to do that again. I want to be completely there. So if you could ask Tyler Robinson 3 questions, already answered that. Pretty crazy. But yeah, those would be the 3 questions. I would love to know, did you operate alone? Like, I just wanted, like, that would be the thing. Did you operate alone? Were you alone on this? Rocka Party says, when you said the party of having your shirt off, when you said the part, you said party, okay? This is what you meant. When you said the part of having your shirt off, all I thought is your sketch show doing your best Buffalo Bill imitation. I can't stop laughing. Oh, man. Buffalo Bill. Younger people don't even know who that is, man. There's so many things younger people don't know. It's crazy. And young, as you get older, young is like 25. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Adults, you can look at other adults and be like, "Oh, you're so young." It's crazy. Tickle Me Christy says, "Hey there, late to the live, newish to the channel. Love it. I'm trying to understand what's meant by often. I get the Philadelphia and Mortal Kombat Ultra reference. Often is the successor of Mortal Kombat Ultra. That's exactly what it is." Somebody else says, "Doodle doo. Thank you so much." Let's keep going here. Oh, we have to leave in 15 minutes. Okay, my wife is now pressuring me. She's like, we have to go. We have to go right now. Stop your little podcast. Moch Chant Chan. Great idea. I'll make a subreddit for pod memes, but I doubt I'll have the time to moderate. P.S. You'd be the perfect person to interview Candace. Thank you. I think so too. I really do. But Barron wasn't interviewing Candace, right? Like, he was doing his own thing. Like, he was just on the show because they had that similar lead. I'm going to talk about that lead the next time I go live, because I think a lot of people didn't understand how weird that thing is. That whole lead with Erika knowing that person is very odd. The city you kick off your tour in, Philadelphia. I don't know if I'm welcome in Philadelphia. Honestly. Foxy Shadow, missed mine too, unless there's a lag. This was my first time. I don't know. No, I didn't miss it. I said it. I'm pretty sure I said it. Now that I've found everything here, I've said it. Okay. You got to understand. Okay. I'm about to turn 40, which means that I no longer know how technology works. That's what happens when you turn 40. Karen says, truly appreciate your goodness, comedy, respect, thoughtful reporting. Thank you and congratulations on 6,000 likes. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's pushing me now. Okay. Let's see the directions here. Let's see how much time I really have. That's 15 minutes away. Don't worry. Come on. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. I'm always late for things. It's crazy. I have to. I try to break the stereotype. I try to. It's so hard, though. It's so hard. It's in my blood. It's in my blood. It's in the cells in my skin. It's in my melanin. Monty Kennedy says, Candace saying Philadelphia and watching your expression at the same time. Love it so much. Should be anti-Philadelphia on your shirt. That would be a pretty interesting shirt. Somebody sends a banana peel. What's up, banana peel? That's Mark Kofifi. Charlie could have sent that text to Tucker and shared it with Candace, or he sent it to Candace directly. Loving the live. That's true. Could have sent it to Tucker because Tucker was talking to him about this whole thing of what was happening to him. So that could have been something that happened. True. That's true. You should sell small hats with a P on it for Philadelphia Phillies. Oh my gosh. Need a condensed version with links to particular receipts. Help us spread the word. I bet you get a lot more viewers too. We'll see. Because the thing with that is somebody has to work all that out, and I don't know if I'm the person to do it. Yeah, we actually, was it 15 minutes? I'll be fine. Just, I'll be okay. Okay. Sonia, I was about to have an argument with my wife. She's not even here. I'm fine. Like, come on. What is this? But I do have to jump off. I was so confused when I first started listening to you. Philadelphia. I was like, what does Philadelphia have to do with anything? Love your channel. Thank you so much for figuring that out, Sonia. We really do appreciate it. Cat loves the moon. Your impressions of Erika, wide-eyed, crazy, look the best. Please do it. Please do it. I'm a person, I can barely even open my eyes that wide and be like, stop. That's all. It's like, oh, okay. Jeez, you okay? You okay? You need holy water? Do you need any you want a sip of holy water? At all? What about Mint Mafia for your fan nickname? Somebody, yeah. That's better than the militia. That's for darn sure. Christy says, Coach, this is my, I'm glad this is the last one. I have to read this one. This is my virgin super chat. First time. Be gentle, good sir. Jeez. I know it's not much, but I wanted to show my love and support. Plus, I got to save my money for my tinfoil bikini supplies. That's true. Because it chafes a lot. You can't just get a tinfoil bikini and not get everything that you need for the chafing that is going to ensue, obviously. Jupiter says nothing. Thank you so much, Jupiter. Okay, we'll do a couple more. I'll do these 3 and then I got to go. Hey, Coach, look at it this way. The real Erika would not have been Charlie Kirk's type. They had to make her seem like a more traditional person. Yeah, it really seems that way. It seems like she had some kind of switch at some point. She's never really told that story because she's never really admitted that she wasn't really like that, I'm a stay-at-home mom. You make my days funnier, and you make my days with your funny ways. When this is all over, I will still follow you. I do all my housework and cleaning, cooking with you. Thank you so much, Nat. Thank you so much, Nat. Really appreciate that. That's what I tell people to do. Just play it in the background. Some people are like, oh, 3 hours is too long. Oh, I don't give a damn. I remember you were on Barron's Live. Utah controls 1/3 of America's troubled teen market, despite being less than 1% of the population. 328 million, 34% of all teenagers sent across state lines for treatment end up in Utah. That's very interesting. You deserve more than anyone to be on Candace's show, given you have covered her stories and turning point in the whole case that nobody else has. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Showing up, showing support. Jennifer, thank you so much. Texas girl. Lindsay, thank you so much. Gonna jump right over here. Somebody says boring ex-girl. Boring. Bori, I'm ex-girl. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Hi, congratulations on your first live. A little disappointed today. You didn't show the couch merch, allegedly design I worked so hard on. You have a couch design? A shirt couch design? Oh, man, please tag me again. Tag me again in whatever you're talking about on X, and I will definitely show it. LOL, I want my 15 seconds of fame on YouTube. My kids will get a kick out of it. Oh, please show it to me again. I will make sure to show it on the next live stream. And anybody who I didn't get to, I will make sure to get to next time. But my wife is like, we have to go. But it's so hard not to read them. You got to read them. Well, Whitney Murphy, you missed my super chat. And Curious Joel, what do you mean? I feel like I read yours, Whitney. I'm pretty sure. But some of these might be older, right? Princess Zelda, why do you wear your headphones like that? Like, why do you stagger them like that? Because sometimes I have to hear things, right? I'm still a dad and I'm still a husband, so I have to hear stuff. So if I'm listening to stuff, I only need one headphone on. And I've always done that because I was an audio guy before I was a video guy. And when you're doing audio all the time, you always want like one thing off, and then if you really have to listen as an editor, then you'd put both on because you really want to hear what's going on. But then when you're not, you just wear them like this. So I always just wear them like that. It's just a natural thing I do. I've been doing it for years, right? Because I've been audio for like 10, 12 years now. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy to say that out loud. 12 years doing something. And then the last one here. This is Ilana. Hello from Southern California. I like your show. I watch you every day. I appreciate you for explaining Candace's show and what she covers. I enjoy your humor. Please keep up the good work. Whoop, whoop. All right, guys. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here with me. I will not be missing any more. I'm going to try and find all the super chats for Monday and then read more of the super chats. We're at 3 hours and 20 minutes. I do not want to go any longer because the last thing I want after this is to have an argument with my wife. But you guys have a good weekend. We're going to do some standalone episodes. I would love if you guys would give me any suggestions for what you're thinking of for those episodes. But for the most part, what we're going to be doing is, I think I'm going to cover the fact that I think that the occult is connected to the priest that came and prayed for Charlie the day before he passed. And there's a couple of other things that stood out to me there. And I don't know what else. We'll see what else I end up covering. But there will be some standalone episodes on the weekend, so you can expect that. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button and please say bye. Say bye, 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 bye. I'm saying bye, 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 bye. I'm saying it again. Bye, 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 bye. Love you guys. Big letters. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. And that is that. What did Candace used to say? And that is all I have to say about that. Peace. Yeah, I want to end the stream. I want to end it. What's the problem?